to another episode of Baba Yaga's Dancing Hut, the Witchhunters. Fortunately, we're a paladin down today, but we must press on, for the party is looking very injured, like almost near death. They have a whole hoard of treasure in their clutches now, barely able to carry it all, in fact, but you fit what you can into the bag of holding. And there is also, last session, a newborn phoenix. After you guys finally brought Heladus to the chamber where this phoenix was being chained, being locked away again by Agatha Gristlegums, you confronted her, killed her? Question mark? Because instead of dying, which she didn't seem to be terribly fearful of, she sort of melted away and became just a pile of snow, a wig, and some fingernails. And meanwhile, the Phoenix battled on with Heladus until one overcame the other. And it seemed as though in this moment, instead of becoming complete, felt as if the rekindling was kind of undone. And you remember hearing the voices of all the townsfolk of of Bromwell being released, passing on to the afterlife, and leaving only the purest of fire in its wake. And after you'd finished looting, after about hours of resting, you saw that the egg began to crack, and a new being was birthed in its place. Being of intense curiosity and destruction. Not a good combination, but Emberborn, you can perhaps, sorry, Heladus, you can hear the creature through pyrometry if you choose to use it. But this creature is clearly like exploring all of the wonders of the world. It doesn't even know what gold is. It has no concept of anything yet. It just only knows that it's powerful, and it knows that it can use that power to destroy things. So yeah, have fun. Good luck with that, and we can jump right back in. You guys are still sat
Yeah.
next to a pile of molten gold. It's all melted down. There's like hardly any
Yes.
coins left.
Well, we did want to go see Daruka briefly, but before we go anywhere, does anyone know where this door goes? Just out of idle curiosity.
An excellent question.
Are you serious? This one?
No, the one right at the bottom here.
Yeah, I think we
Oh,
saw
no,
the phoenix flew through there last
that
time we
goes to
freed it.
prime material.
Okay, let's see. Does this appear to be locked in the safe, like arcane locks all the way?
It is not, no. But there is a heavy door which Grizz needed to open it last time. And he can do so again if he heaves on the huge metal doors. He swings one
so
of them open.
that's a portal to get out.
Prime
You-
material.
And
Useful to
yeah.
know.
Feywild's up here, James.
Alright, so Feywild at the top, prime material at the bottom. Interesting.
Yeah,
And the hut straddling the lines in between.
indeed.
Okay, well.
I wonder if these rooms actually change based on the ley line that the hut is straddling. Like, say it's stuck between the earth and the plane of air. Does it then...
That's actually a fair point, because we were in the Earth plane for a little while. I wonder if these did change. Alright.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
Now,
well, it definitely breathes light of a kind of outside God's Fair Forest kind of feel, though maybe just a little bit higher. Like there's this wooden bridge with an archway, and all around is blue sky, clouds. There's this kind of forested, what's it called?
Can I try something, Chris?
Nook. Cranny. Yes, you can try something.
I just want to walk, and see if I come back out on the other side, like the Lake of Lands or Land of Lakes, Lakeland.
Okay, so
But
when I say it's like a nook or cranny, you kind of think of it like on the side of a mountaintop. There's kind of like a wall of stone around you, effectively.
okay, all right.
You can climb up to it and see over the top if you wish, but it does look like it's maybe somewhere on the mountainsides of God's Fair Forest. But
Oops.
Right.
If you give me an investigation check, actually, Ember.
Sure. Head back in and investigate. So I'm curious as if we could maybe use these portals in some manner, because it might be a way for us. If it works the way it might work, it might be a way for us to get to the plane of shadow. Should we? But it's crap.
11. Yeah, you're not sure if it's like a window to the outside. It definitely feels all real to you. You can actually breathe in the fresh air, and the light kind of stings your eyes slightly because it's the outside and you've not seen it in a while. But it's yeah, it's almost as if you literally just walked out of the hut itself. You
Tanner,
wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
this could be if we could maybe change the destination of these portals. Perhaps a way to reach your friend Raziel. I'm not sure, Tanner, but maybe.
Well, if we think that their plan is what it is, then the hut's going to the Shadowfell anyway, so of course we want to stop that, but
If we could arrive prior to the hut, Eridonis, you gotta think ahead of your enemies sometimes, Eri. You can't just always,
True.
do what they want. You gotta,
True.
sometimes, Eridonis, people plan things.
True. When are you going to start?
Eridonis, my plan has been in action since Small Sprout. Don't you worry. We're in good hands, Eri. Tanner and I are gonna figure this one out.
Well, either
Cannon
way.
speaks up. Last time, the other well had runes around the edge of it, and it was, I think, Gaia who managed to awaken those runes.
It was, yes. The Feywild side, she did, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how to perhaps locate an exact location in the material plane, but I'm guessing it had something to do with those runes in
Wait.
activating the portal.
Do you think it's possible that they could lead to more than one place, depending on which runes are activated or how they're activated?
We'd have to probably set them. Dia, you could be right. Why did I think of that?
If
Yes,
that has potentially more benefits than taking us to the Shadowfell, we could potentially,
Well,
we know the
when we
rough...
were here before, they were
Tanner, think
told.
of the saddest thing in your life.
I don't want to think of that right now. All I remember is that when we were told about this place, is that this was the world portal, and he points to the other one, and he said, "I think that one over there was called the planar portal."
Ah, so if it's planar travel we're about, it's
Oh.
probably the top one we need.
Yeah, because it went to the Feywild originally, right?
But that doesn't mean it's always
Let's check
well.
the other one out. Watch out for the gold. Bad gold. Hey, you stay right here, Everborn. No bullshit while I'm gone. Melt some more of that gold if you don't mind. Burn it. You like to burn things? Burn it. Burn it all.
Releases a cat of flame from its mouth.
Grizz, knock this door down. Hurry up.
Well,
Really busy.
Oh,
I
don't
don't
knock
feel
it
too
down, just open it.
good. Whatever. Just get it open.
Yeah,
Massive
he
strength,
heaves
Grizz.
it
Good
open.
stuff. Massive athletics. It's very high for you.
And inside again, there is a almost a night sky, sort of like almost twilight, and in the distance there is a statue of a three-headed serpent, and the well is still sitting there, but there doesn't seem to be much of a portal open it, no sound or magic coming from it.
So if we wanted to, how would we change it from Feywild to Shadowfell? We've learned through our journeys and our times in the library that the Shadowfell is a reflection of the Feywild, right? Devoid of life, devoid of emotion, devoid of color. It's bleak. Sounds fucking terrible, to be honest.
It's
but
more, from my understanding, that it's the embodiment of negative emotion. And it's a reflection of the material, as the Fae is also a reflection of the material. But the basic principle's the same.
What is
But-
a negative emotion, Adonis?
Anger,
Something negative to you might be positive for me. I
anger,
get things done. Anger is a great emotion. You can.
No.
Well, is it opposite emotion or is it absence of emotion? Because it
I
could
think
be
it's
either.
absence. I don't think. I think
no.
the Feywild is the Feywild emotion is overburdening. It's ever consuming. In the
From
if it's a reflection, it has to be or an opposite
well,
reflection.
it's a reflection of the material, and the Fae is another reflection.
How do you know all this?
Because we've been told this
You've been
before.
holding out on me, Adonis.
But
He's also got Tesseract in a bottle, and
Yeah.
any knowledge of the planes is readily available.
yeah, Kesserask.
Got a cassa in a bottle.
Yeah, Kesserask. In regards to the
Hey, Mr.
Shadowfell,
Bottle.
is it absence of emotion or just like a negative emotion? Like, my thought was that it perhaps was more of a not necessarily negativity, but a draining almost.
I'm gonna cast message while he talks, and I'm gonna say to Daya, watch the look on his face when he realizes I'm right.
So he replies. He says, "Well, it is both in a sense, negative and draining. It is the opposite of the Feywild, and therefore,
Which amplifies emotion.
exactly in this case, it
So
will
it suppresses
suppress
emotion.
them,
Okay.
drain them."
Yes. So it's a suppressing, draining aspect. So we're both kind of right. It leaves, but
I don't
think
like the sound of this, Adonis.
Yes,
My emotion channels a lot of my charisma.
Those
yes.
there will seek to still feel emotion, even if it means inflicting pain upon themselves.
So that's why, because sometimes a negative emotion is more easily able to get, that's why they inflict that negativity, because they can access it so easily. That makes a certain amount of sense. Does this
People live in this place?
They do. There are cultures. There are cities.
Cities. Fucking
Indeed.
boring. No emotion. What do you do on whatever the hell Friday is in this world? What do you do on a Friday night?
though?
They try to feel.
I'll make them feel some heat if they fuck with us.
They might appreciate that in a weird way. But that also means that if we can bring them any source of emotion, that might be a way of stopping combats and such. If we do have to go there, just making
It
them
also
feel.
might be a way of bringing belief into Raziel and getting him the fuck out of there. That's I guess more for Tanner to figure out. Tanner, you're really quiet today. It's too bad.
Yes.
I'm thinking, that's all.
Yes, of course you're always thinking, Tanner.
He
Leave
probably.
the thinking to me. You do
more.
the doing.
I'm wondering if the way it goes is anything to do with this three-headed statue. Because if you think of it, the material, the Fae, and the Shadowfell are like three faces of reality, in a way. Like they're reflections of each other, with the material being the middle, Shadowfell being one, and Feywild being the other.
Could be. Daya, come here for a sec. You were the original one to change it. Did
Yes.
you remember these? How they were aligned?
How did you activate it last time, Di?
Last time I don't know from runes. It's not really my department.
I can help you
All
with
I
the
did
runes, but you do the
I be-
process.
I believe all I did last time was just trace them with my fingers and walk around in a clockwise circle around the well, and they seem to light up.
Perhaps do the same, but go counterclockwise.
Yep.
That was what I was thinking. It seems almost too simplistic, but
Yeah, but that's how this place is. They hide shit in plain sight here.
Though.
It seems. trying to trick us.
If this is a
fuckers.
planar portal, it might not just go to those.
Oh.
What
Well, I'm just thinking, for example, Heladus, if you were to trace the runes with fire, would it perhaps take us to the elemental plane of fire?
There's a way to find out. We just have to do it and see. I'm not saying go in the hole, but
No,
if we
but
set it and see how it reacts, there's
it's
no
a
harm
good
in that,
theory.
right?
I mean,
Give it
that
a
would
try,
explain
Zaya.
if I trace them as a creature with
Fey ancestry.
Yeah.
deeply descended Fey ancestry, that would lead to the Feywild. So maybe someone else should try. Or
Hey, get in here, Emberborn. Come on, in here. Burn that thing in a counterclockwise circle. You don't know what that means, do you? Shit. How do you explain this?
just burn it in a circle.
just show them around. Yeah.
Yeah, just make a circle of fire and slowly. Don't go crazy and definitely don't go anywhere near. No, get back. Don't go anywhere
It
near
seems
that
to be
hole.
following you.
I hate this creature. Okay, follow me. In a circle, cautiously.
Yeah, it seems to be following you like almost like
Stand
Too
back,
bad we can't
Ardonis. This could be.
get
Yeah,
Born to make
I'm
us a little leash, a toddler leash for this.
Yeah, could use a.
Wonderful.
My leash on it is a bit more mental, Daya. It's control. I mean, anything happen after doing a circle?
Grizz is like, why are you going around that and not the well?
Oh,
Even I know you're supposed to do around the
my
well.
mistake.
Okay.
Dinner, watch out.
Yeah.
This thing will burn you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that thing
Yeah.
You too,
does actually
Grizz.
burn still, by the way. That's why I put that little animation on it, just so you know that standing next to it, you take a d10 fire damage every turn.
Yipes.
Yeah.
Although
It is
useful.
intensely hot.
Useful.
Okay.
I'll wait
So-
over here.
As Emberborn begins to circle the well continuously, and the flames do lick the side of the well, kind of charring some of the stonework, I'd like you to give me, and I hate that it's this check, but I need you to give me an intelligence check with Emberborn.
Oh no!
You might
Yeah.
roll really well.
That's actually not
wow.
terrible for a minus
That's
4.
not terrible.
With a -4. Okay. What you do start to see is every now and again, one of these runes does seem to glow up, and it is a fiery color instead of that kind of strange magenta that the Feywild was last time. This time, yeah, it's definitely activating a rune in a different light. However, it's not getting all the runes. It seems like every now and again, perhaps every intermittent flap of a wing is lighting it up. So you kind of got this patchy sequence.
Maybe it needs to touch them. Touch them, like trace them all
I will
directly.
use my reach to the blaze to cast Burning Hands and literally engulf the whole thing at one time.
Okay.
Fire Ganassi feature.
Yeah,
Cool.
your actual fire genasi feature. Okay.
Reach to the blaze.
Sure. You can give me an intelligence check as well.
Sure. Happens.
And I'll say you can do this with advantage, purely because Emberborn is also assisting in this effectively.
Okay.
19. Okay, that's decent. You do see all of the runes after that, because you engulf the whole surface of the well. All of
Briefly.
them are lit up in a fiery, searing blaze. It looks like they've just been, seared on with some kind of brand onto the well.
Is the well looking down? Is it still just a dark void?
It is still dark, and there's nothing down there.
So we
There
might
are
have
2
to.
steps to this, and if you recall, I made Gaia do
we have
2
to
separate
trigger
steps
it.
last time as well. There's one. Give me an Arcana check right now, actually.
Right.
Everyone who's like watching and witnessing this. Yeah. Okay. So you're starting to get the idea of how this kind of works. The first step is to set the location of the portal, and the second step is to actually activate it. And it seems as though Heladus has succeeded in the first step, and that is in setting where the portal goes to. and that's been largely due to just their instinct in using something from that plane and tying it closely to it. And you were right there, because of your Fey ancestry, you were able to activate a portal to the Fey world. And it does seem as though Heladus here and Emberborn indeed have activated some sort of sequence to perhaps the elemental plane of fire. But the next part is much more intricate in nature. You would understand that you need to actually be able to cast at least something similar to a conjuration spell, like planar teleport or magic circle or something of that ilk. There's a sequence basically of somatic and verbal components to actually activate a
these
spell like
portals
this.
before.
And just with that check as well, Rodance, you can see there is the runes themselves are conjuration.
I think
When we first encountered these portals, they were already active, so that must have been
It's-
activated by one of the witches and
yes,
then left behind.
and then you
in that
just
state.
set the location. Perhaps it can be done in
Well-
either or.
Wow.
Whoa, wait, did you see? Oh,
Or it could have been because it was
The ghost just went in the portal, guys.
Or the
Yeah, he's-
or the Gauth opened it.
that was yeah, that's what I was
That's-
gonna say.
definitely what happened last time. I thought that this guy was dead. No,
But I thought the
Did I-
phoenix went into the portal to the prime material when the last time.
the
Yeah.
Phoenix did, but the Gauth went into the
But
Fey.
how the hell
didn't
did the
he?
phoenix activate a portal to the prime material?
No, but
Oh.
the portal down beneath might just be always to the prime material, whereas this one is to the other planes.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
But
it's always active? It's like an escape route then.
whereas this
Well,
way,
if it's, it would make sense. If it's going to the prime material, there's only one place it can go. Here you have to choose, so there has to be,
Yes,
you have to have that
but-
extra step of
Activation.
selecting. Yeah.
Got it.
well,
Derek understands.
but
So guys, one thing we can do, and this is player to player, obviously, is we could get Lady Mora, who's like all vampy and sad, and maybe she can her shitty lack of emotion.
that's
Maybe
true.
she could be the trigger to set it to shadow
That's true.
mode.
That's
That could
true.
be a source, a way to do it.
I'm just gonna ask Kes Raskav this sort of thing. If
She's emo.
yeah, Rodanis is just gonna ask Kesrask something. If like Ember's tied to the fire plane and I'm tied to the water plane, where are you tied to?
Me?
Yeah, just idle curiosity.
I'm not tied to one particular plane.
I thought maybe your species might have a connection to one of them, like I do for water.
Our
Plane of
species
lunacy.
are the ones that connect. We connect planes.
Oh,
Wow.
Space in between.
so could you potentially, if you had a body, set this to go to anywhere?
Perhaps my expertise is in
Queen anywhere.
divination, but I can attempt something.
Well, it's not necessary for now, but it's good to know that we have this. But unfortunately, the only sort of conjuration I'm capable of is calling forth something out of a play, not putting something in.
My apprentice certainly could achieve this.
Natasha?
Yes,
Huh.
she was one who studied shadowy magic.
Ah, right. Well, that's...
Right.
Oh, of course.
So
And
if we
she
want...
was adept at conjuration.
Yes, okay. But that also means that if we... Huh.
All right.
There's-
No, this is good. This is good because here's what we can do today. We can send Tanner off to Lady Mora, get a rest, send Tanner off to Lady Mora, let him go on his date, do whatever the hell he does down there. Get her ducks in a row, and then we can the three of us can work out what's going on with Natasha. That's actually a good idea.
Yes.
Because I hardly think that a date in the garbage chute is ideal.
I don't know, you light some candles down there, Maybe bring a nice meal. I'm sure it could work out.
Lots
Right.
of things to talk about.
Speaking of things, your belt, has that had any reaction at all?
What, since being here?
Yes, I'm just curious if we're anywhere near where it might be.
I'll check. And now, just so we're all on the same page, yeah, it does have to attune to it to have that effect.
I thought he had attuned to it for some reason.
Yeah, if he has, then that's fine. I just want to check.
He's
Yes.
got the cape, the braces. Is the shield attunement?
Attunement, yes.
Okay, then. Oh, wait. He has a. How many attuned items does he
Let me
have?
just check. Yeah,
Yes.
animated shield is attunement.
Is it Pearl
The-
of Power attunement?
No.
Okay.
Chris, I have a technical question while we're on this topic. I'm trying to edit the Castellan staff to count as an attuned item. I can't seem to do so.
Castellan staff as an attuned item.
It says it
It probably
requires
needs
attunement.
it on the effects, but I haven't added it. So
It says requires attunement in the. Oh, it's just a description. I don't know how to do that.
yeah,
In-
it's fine.
in- Details, I think you can do it. Then you can put
Yeah, you need.
attunement required or attuned.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Easy fix. You guys
Alright,
are the
cool.
best.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
had to do that recently. I'm kind of tempted.
Now, there's one more thing he has. It's attunement, but he hasn't attuned to it. I know that much.
The
and
one
that
to
is
the Frost Rose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Onto the Frost Rose. So you'd have to drop attunement on either the braces, the shield, or the cape. And since he's already used the cape today,
That would make
I
a
think-
certain amount of sense, yes.
so one use, and it's one use a day.
But-
So
Before we do that, should we try to get somewhere where we're less likely to be attacked?
Right.
Even if
Yeah.
it's just for a shorter period.
I could use a bath. I'm really tired.
Well,
Work.
that's potentially where they'll come to find us. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere in the hut where they're unlikely to come
Where they
and find us.
Yeah, trash you.
There,
Weirdly, as much as I hate to say it, the trash chute might actually be the best spot.
well, that's why Lady Mora went in there.
Yes, and we do know a way down that's nearby.
We do. Oh yes.
Yes, because there's one in the minion quarters just over here, which I believe we can also
Right.
access through this door. But
Okay.
there is... Before we go down there, or perhaps Tanner and...
This way, Emberborn. Follow me. Don't go far.
Tanner, Ember, and probably Grizz, I would guess, because we don't want to take Emberborn there. It might be worthwhile us just quickly checking out the library, just a couple of us. We can potentially ask Darukra if he can identify that weapon of yours, Tanner, that you got. And I don't know, potentially there might be something else we might... I swear there's something else I needed to ask him, but now my mind's gone blank.
Was it still in the book?
Well, that is one thing, but I can't think of a way to do that, and honestly, there's something about him that puts me off.
Oh.
I mean, we could, but I'd rather do... If I'm going to end up in something that might put me in conflict with him, I'd rather do that after a rest.
Well, then we'll be in conflict with the hags, and then we have to kill them.
Well, that I don't mind as much, but the trash chutes where they're hiding as well.
Chris,
And
you
then-
think if you kill the hag, you won't feel so sick all the time?
That's what I've been saying.
But maybe it'll become like, like the fables, Grizz, where you kill the witch, but in her last breath, she curses you for eternity.
Well, that I can remove curses, can't I?
Are there any...
Maybe.
Other
pretty
than
powerful.
the trash chute, there are any other hidden rooms? that we're aware
Plenty.
of. No,
Well, we could stay in the bottle, the bottle boat, and we could stay in Lady Mora's estate. Although we'd be trapped in there should they come in and attack us there. There's
what?
Elena's. We could stay in Elena's chamber.
Yeah, I
That's-
was
We know that
thinking.
Natasha's room is empty. I mean, it's not safe, but
And I doubt that any witch would come in there without. good
Eleanor's
reason.
room might not be a bad shout. We could head there and rest there. Because I don't know about you, but before I do anything major, I'd like a long rest.
If you want to talk to Daruka, he might be in his room right now. You can just knock and say.
That's actually true. I'll quickly knock on Daruka's door, see if there's any answer.
are we still planning on
Okay.
offering him that mysterious blank
Yes, that was the other
Nope.
thing.
thing?
We could trade it for the book.
I doubt he'll trade it for
Oh,
that book,
favors.
but he might give us something for it.
Hmm.
Or it might be that there's some, like, it might appear blank, but maybe there's hidden writing or something.
There isn't a answer from the knocking on the
Right.
door.
You know what? Screw it. Tanner, do you want to... The glaive wasn't ridiculously heavy, was it?
No.
Right. Tanner, do you want to give me that glaive and I'll quickly go to the library and deal with that, and then, because you should probably stay here with Ember, because we don't want to take the Phoenix to the library. And then Dyer, if you want to come with me, as you've got a good rapport with Daruka.
Sure, yeah.
And Grizz,
Let's-
I don't know, do you like books?
No, not really.
Hey, you
Then-
stay here, Grace.
yeah,
I'm not feeling so well. I'm gonna need some protection.
Yeah,
if Tanner...
yeah. So you two stay here with Ember and Emberborn. Helidus and Emberborn, sorry. And I will go with Dyer and we'll do a quick trip to the library and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
Right,
Don't fuck around.
not planning to. Where
Alright.
does this staircase go? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, let's see. Hold on.
Actually, I swear one of these probably goes directly to the library. One of the staircases near here, but I can't think which one.
Bone Museum. You got the Bone Museum there.
Yeah.
Um,
it makes-
that staircase leads to the Drake room, as I have written it here.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
What about this one up here? In the
where-
next
there's the
chamber.
Bone.
Oh, you mean in the minions' quarters?
Yeah.
And the minions' quarters. Let me
There's
my
one at the
maps.
top.
In the north?
Yeah.
That leads one to one of the first levels.
Okay.
Probably the training room. Okay.
Just trying to. Oh god, this place is so confusing, and we still haven't got it all
I
mapped
know.
out.
I always have trouble with the library. I can never. I don't have it. We don't have a direct path to the library that I can never remember.
Well, it's not on this floor. I would take. No, because that Bone Museum in Phoenix leads. You guys.
I think
Um,
in character we
stairs
know
over
how to get
here.
there, even if we as
How?
players don't
Yeah.
know how to get there.
Yeah,
We've
but the
been there
DM's gonna
enough
make
times.
us work for it, man.
I know.
Right.
Go down these stairs. See where these go.
You know what? I'm gonna. What stairs?
Top left here. There's two sets of stairs.
Yeah,
One will take
let's try one of those stairs. Why
both,
not?
because everywhere else doesn't.
I
go where
feel
you
like
want.
one of these, for some reason, leads somewhere familiar, but.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of those two sets of stairs.
I'm gonna go down these stairs. Don't know if it's where I'm.
Okay.
See where that
Another set of
goes.
stairs there too. We've
And
never
are you
gone
just
down
going
that.
on your own, or are you
No,
going
Di
with
is
anyone
coming
else?
with me.
Di?
Yep,
And
just
where'd you disappear to?
yep,
Oh,
getting
there you are.
down these stairs. Just don't remember
Okay.
where
Let's
those go.
mark it. Let's mark it.
Yeah, once we know where it goes.
Yeah.
What does this one lead us to?
This one goes straight into the delicacies, the frozen goods, the freezer room.
Okay,
Razor room.
Uh,
Okay.
someone mark that. Is that, and then quickly checking this top one. Where does that lead?
This one goes to the minions' quarters, I think.
Get.
Am I right?
No, I thought this door went to the minions' quarters.
Oh.
Or do the
Yeah, that
stairs
door
do as well?
The stairs. The stairs take you down a level.
Let's try those. I don't think the freeze is the right path, but
They
Well,
take you down
Okay.
several levels.
well,
Quite a long staircase.
where do we end up?
And eventually, you end up in a very dusty room. It is next to the faulty conjuration room.
Okay, I think I know where I am from there. I think. So is
Okay.
that the room where we found like the strange diary?
That is, you found storybooks,
Yeah.
and it's next to the divination chamber as well.
Yep. Let's go that way.
Okay, all right.
I think I can work my way from there. I can't.
Okay, so yeah, you basically get down there. It's from there you can easily go either into. Let's see.
Actually,
Yeah, you could literally go south straight into the library.
yeah, just as a quick thing, that also leads to the divination chamber or near it. I'm going to suggest to the others that if they don't want to wait here, maybe go to the divination chamber and try to contact Natasha that way. If we're going to be taking a long rest, like, you know, shortly.
We're gonna need health. So where did that come from? That staircase? That was this one?
That led to the dusty room, which is...
So I'll write that one down. Dusty...
Wait, this staircase. Where did... no, I don't think that's where that staircase went. I think that's just... I think we came from here to get into here, right, Chris?
Hold on. You started down here.
Okay, so we started
yeah.
down here. This is the stairs.
Came from this staircase.
And then we went
then-
through the library
Yeah, through there.
and came out this top door.
Yeah. Came out the top door up here.
Yeah. Right. It's just me and Right.
Okay.
Is there any sign of Daruka as we're here, or anyone else?
Yes, Daruka is here, in fact, and no sign of anyone else, however.
Right. Good morning, whatever time of day it is, actually, Daruka.
Oh,
Greetings
yes,
of the
welcome back. You're quite the talk of the town, I hear.
Oh, what have you heard this time?
That you're causing all kinds of a ruckus.
Oh,
But I know you wouldn't dare do such a thing in my own library.
no, I wouldn't do anything in here. But speaking of books, before we begin, I don't know if this will be any interest to you, and we'll present him with the book that seems to be on fire but isn't on fire. It appears to be some sort of enchanted book. Might just be nothing more than a fancy notebook, but I thought if anyone could find the right place for it, it would be a librarian like yourself.
That is marvelous. It is just that. It, in fact, looks as though someone has enchanted it with a continual flame, just to make it look extra fancy.
Yes, and I was wondering if in exchange for that, I don't know if this is something you're capable of doing, if you were capable of identifying an item. Or perhaps being it maybe just through your knowledge, perhaps.
Alright. I don't have that prepared today, I'm afraid.
Ah, that is a
Nope.
shame.
I just looked at this spell list. I can detect magic, and I can certainly see it is abundant on that glaive, but...
Yes, what kind of magic does it possess?
See. Doesn't have a particular type, just... You know, when something just gives off a bit of a mixed aura?
Yes,
Like, what do you call a +1 weapon, for example? You can't really...
that is true. That is
It's
true.
technically enchanting.
Enchantments to do with beguiling something.
I mean, I suppose. No, my initial thought would be. I mean, it's not evocation, it's not abjuration. I mean, abjuration kind of.
Transmutation, perhaps?
Transmutation, perhaps, but.
Yeah,
So
you guys are
it's.
right. I just quickly Googled it. It is transmutation. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
It'd be transmutation then.
Nothing majorly specific then. You don't happen to recognize this weapon from your readings, perhaps?
Mm, Not at first glance. Maybe it does have a legendary background, but it would take a while to cross-reference some different descriptions and such.
Well, thank you anyway. If you happen to have the time, or perhaps you do happen to prepare identify, and whilst we're in here in the future, if you could let us know and maybe help. But for all the help you've given, feel free to. Actually, I'm just wondering, thinking, if we can't do that, I know I feel bad holding a book for ransom. So, and I mean, is this book something that is of interest to you, or is it?
It certainly seems my kind of style. A fancy flaming book to make notes and store.
Yes.
Are you looking to sell it?
Yes, I was thinking of that, or trade perhaps, but I don't know if there's what
Hmm.
it would be worth exactly, or what you'd be willing to offer.
We also don't know that it's cursed. Fair warning. It may or may not be cursed.
Yes. Of
You,
course, I hold many a cursed book within this library,
oh, of
but I
course.
have ways of detecting that before I read through things. I
Of
would
course.
say that.
I trust that you would be able to handle it. It's just, fair warning from one professional to another.
Well, then, I can always offer you gold, or I could offer you. Hmm. No, you've got one of those.
You wouldn't happen to be able to craft spell scrolls, would you?
I was about to say just that, and he's already in the process of like leaning down and pulling out a satchel of scrolls
Hmm.
onto the table, and he says, "You read my mind.
Ah,
Here, I've got a number of them.
let's see what you've got, and perhaps there's
Uh,
something in there that.
Seems to have a lot of illusionary scrolls. This
Hmm.
one's being invisibility, major image, and he's also got some enchantment scrolls like charm person, suggestion."
Hmm. Don't happen to have any like powerful conjuration scrolls, do you?
Conjuration.
Something like
No,
or perhaps something like magic circle, or
I'm afraid not. I
uh,
have Mage Hand, I think is the closest, but that's not powerful.
no.
Um,
I didn't even realize you could
Conjuration.
make cantrip spell scrolls. Well, you like every day's a school day, especially when you're in a library.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could try to make one, but it would take time.
No, no, that's fair enough. So are we basically?
The best, the best I can do for you is, I can give you this, and it is a scroll of dominate person.
Mm-mm.
That could have its uses, but that's considered a charm effect, isn't it? Or an enchantment
It,
effect,
it is.
which I would imagine almost everyone in the hut would probably resist. Not that I would use it against someone in the hut, but last resort, if they attacked me, telling them no. Hmm.
A major image or invisibility could be always useful.
You
Do you
know,
have anything that blocks a spell? A protection thing?
I well, he sort of looks left to right. He says, "I happen to possess my own limited magical immunities, but I'm unable to transfer that to paper or
Uh,
hmm,
parchment." It's a little bit trickier than that, shall we say?
And there goes a reason why I really don't want them to fight Daruk if
Yeah.
it comes to it. It's just
I would
like,
like
Yeah.
both of you to
Yeah.
roll an insight check, as he says there. Yeah, Eridanus, you and Daya both get the impression that when you talked about how like, oh, we've got to be careful of curses. Yeah, he didn't seem to worry too
yeah,
much. He handles
he's
cursed
just like,
books.
nope.
He literally handles cursed books all day, and he doesn't feel any side effects. And you get the impression that the way he said, yeah, he has limited magic immunity. He really is quite powerful in some sense. You're not sure how, but if he says it's more natural, then he's got some sort of otherworldly extra ability that others do not simply possess. It definitely makes him feel extraordinary. But if it's so complicated that he can't make a scroll out of it, then yeah, it's powerful.
Is that ability that can somehow be learned or gained, or is that just something unique to yourself?
Unique to myself. And he smiles, a big toothy grin of flashing canines.
Well, that is fair enough. In which case, I think the one that appeals to me the most, actually, how do you rule spell scrolls, Chris, in this? Like, because obviously normally they're limited to like your class and spell lists and
if
stuff.
they're on your class list and you're high enough level to cast them, it just works, no problem. If it's on your class list but you're not high enough level, you can attempt, but it's just it's a DC equal to the level of the spell. And if it's not in your class list and you're but it is of your spell casting level, it's the same again. You can make a spell check. DC equals the spell level. And if it's not on your class list and you're under level, then it's going to be a check with disadvantage.
Okay, because major image is tempting, but
you're not limited. You can cast it, or at least attempt to cast it, if either it's not on your spell list or you're under the level. It's just bad if you're both.
and
you wouldn't want to attempt if it's both.
So I'm just actually going to have a look at my own spell list, and because I know major images, and is invisibility on my spell list? No.
It's rather quiet in here. Let me.
Do you have something particular in mind, Eridanus, that you would use this for?
Invisibility always has its uses, but major image with the right application could be useful against the less intelligent people. But you also have. So is it just?
Do we already have a spell of invisibility? Didn't we just pick one up?
You picked up a potion of diminution, which I think.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, like reduced.
Do you have?
And yeah, I also have some other ones as well. Disguise self, detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts, eh?
Detect thoughts.
He smiles. There's a flash, a glint in his eye.
Now that
this eye glinting, I don't like it.
Does that mean that you're casting that on us now, Daruka? You're able to read my mind.
Do you mean? I would never do so without a willing participant.
That is fair enough, but
I'll say again with that insight check from earlier, when you walked into his library and he said, "I know you would never do such a thing, like bring chaos and turmoil to his library." Maybe he really did believe that because he just knows you guys so well.
Okay, in which case,
That's why he shows no fear, even though apparently you're wanted and you're like enemies of the heart. He's literally just talking to you like you're his friends.
It doesn't help.
Well, we have been pretty buddy with him so far.
It's true, you have, but he does seem to trust you very much.
Aw, that's nice.
Very nice.
Well, in which case, I think the scroll of detect thoughts might be ideal for some things. It might be, unless.
I'm getting to know all my little secrets.
Well,
these scrolls.
Well, that's certainly... If I knew how to make scrolls, I would return the favor.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one extra. You can have a detect thoughts and I'll chuck in a disguise self scroll as well.
Oh, thank you very much. I will take those
Because
and...
they're the lesser level scrolls.
Yes, well, enjoy the book, and I'm sure you'll find some use for it.
Oh,
You
music.
haven't had any other interesting books come in recently, have you? Like maybe one akin to the one Dyer had, just or something else that might teach us how to do something we don't know how to do, perhaps.
If you have 7 days to quickly read it, then or 48 hours.
Alas,
But
we
no,
don't have 7 days.
I'm afraid not. Either those are recharging or have yet to be returned. Yeah.
Yes, that is fair enough.
Here's a question for you, Daruka. Have you seen anything like this book before? This flame one?
I've seen the enchantment before, but
What is the enchantment exactly?
it's a simple continual flame spell. Most clerics are able to cast this. They have to crush up a precious gem, whichever gem color corresponds to the color of the flame you get. Cardinal for red, topaz for an orange.
What would be the purpose of casting such a thing on a book?
Well, I'm guessing. I mean, you'd be basically have permanent light whilst you're reading, I guess. That's always handy. I mean,
Exactly. And it's a fashion statement. It's all about. Yeah,
I can
it's all
certainly
about being
appreciate
stylish
that. It just, I didn't anticipate that.
for prestige.
Oh.
some wizards can be very fashion conscientious.
I suppose it is a big part of the role.
I mean, if I was an evocation wizard specializing in fire, I would be all over this book. I'm not. And Ember doesn't really do books, and not in that way anyway, so...
He also has his hair, which kind of does it for him. You don't really need to know that he's a flame-aligned being.
Yes.
No, just curious if it served any purpose other than, other than the aesthetic. But I can appreciate that.
Wizards are sometimes conceited and they love to big themselves up. They just cast a spell for the sake of being able to cast it, I guess.
Speaking of aesthetic, what do you think of my cool new tabard? And I'm just going to change the symbol on the front to a picture of basically a tiger reading a book.
That is wonderful. My goodness, where have you got all these new fancy items from?
We did a bit of traveling outside the hut, met some nice people.
I see. He smiles, and there's another glint in his eye, and goes, "Well, I hope you're gonna. I don't hope you make people jealous in here. That's
no.
The hags might see that and get an eye for it. You never know.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to make any enemies around here. You know how it is.
Yes.
No enemies. Ooh.
But thank you for your help, Daruka. It has been most appreciated, and now I'm going to go find somewhere to have a nice long sleep. Lots to do, but travel. It seems to always take it out of me.
Okay, well then, I'll get back to my readings, and
yes,
do make sure you find somewhere cozy to sleep. I don't think the guest quarters are quite up to your speed nowadays. You know, you should take a different accommodation now that you've.
Do you have any recommendations?
Not immediately off the top of my head, but all I will say is that the guest quarters, you're beyond that now.
We're no longer guests.
Exactly, you're no longer guests.
If it's not,
you're much more than that.
If it's not imposing too much, would we be able to use your room?
He looks left to right. Roll a persuasion check, Eridanus.
Persuasion. Yeah, that's not terrible.
Not terrible. He says, let's see. Only I know how to get into my room. So
That's
I would need to be with you. And I don't quite finish work yet.
that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I just thought I'd ask, because who would dare disturb you? So it'd be a nice, and your room looks so comfortable.
It is, and perhaps another time, but
Though
yeah.
you have
So
you
from
have
that, you gather he's not against the idea, but if you were
Yeah.
found in his room,
yeah.
he would be 100% liable because
Yeah.
only he knows the password to his own room.
Though he has just given me an idea. Right. Thank you anyway, Daruka, and I hope your day is filled with many books of increasing rarity.
Thank you, Eridanus. Yes, and stay safe.
Yes, I try, but people really seem to just not want to go with the flow.
Oh. A lot of hot air in the heart at the moment.
Yes.
I can feel it. And he actually, again, there's that similar glint in his eye when he was detecting magic over the glaive, and he just looks to be following something around the room with his eyes. But yeah, nonetheless.
Interesting.
And he clearly makes a show of it as well. Like he's quite literally like looking around the room, and then he sits back down, gives you both a nod.
Daya's
gets
gonna
back
look
to his
around the
reading.
room and see if she can. Can she see what he's looking at, or
Whatever
where
he's looking at is completely invisible to the naked eye.
Of course, it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, regardless, he takes a seat and gives you both a nod and friendly smile.
Always a pleasure, Daruka.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you. And
What
so,
the fuck
yeah,
is what?
Yeah, what invisible thing? And if he's trying to communicate it with us. I mean, he's not on our side. He's neutral, but I feel like he's sympathetic. And if he's trying to tell us something, but I don't know what he's trying to tell us. He can't. It seems like he doesn't. He's not willing to be overtly on anyone's side. But yeah, I don't know.
Right. Well, let's head back to the others.
Okay.
So
right. Where were the others?
They were
chilling?
still in the Phoenix room.
Okay, then that's fine. I'll just say that you're back there, no problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take the way you came. And you're back all together.
Yes.
You okay? I'm looking around.
Yes. We managed to.
We're followed.
We managed to trade the strange. Why am I glowing? Why do I appear to be sparkles?
Why not? Where are you?
I'm here.
Why not?
My image just appears to be sparkles.
Okay.
I don't see that.
Anything.
Oh, well.
Oops.
Anyways.
But not when I drag it. It's only when I'm standing still. I just appear to be what I would imagine is fairy fire.
Probably reload. But anyways, whilst that's
Yeah,
happening.
you look normal to me.
That's a really weird visual glitch.
I know what it is, by the way, but it's not something I did, so it's just weird that it's popped up.
I accidentally cast fairy fire upon myself, but it's like it's like I was there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Which would make me think it's like someone who's invisible but got hit by fairy fire, which is a really specific circumstance to be under.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what it looks like. I've got the. In fact, I'll do it to Ember right now.
That's good, Aerodonis. You got the book, but
We traded it for a scroll of Disguise Self and a scroll of Detect Thoughts. Both might come in handy.
yeah, it could be useful for sure.
Unfortunately, he didn't have anything more powerful and didn't have anything conjuration related. But
There you go. That's what he looked like.
yeah,
Nice.
but he seemed to what's the right term? Seemed to be alluding to something.
Oh.
As if
Alluding.
yes, quickly cast message to me and I'll explain because it might not be best to say it out loud.
Clever.
1 second here. I'm going to then consume one of my 4th level spell slots and turn it into 4 sorcery points.
I mean, you could just message me and say hello. Like, that's got no information in it. It would just be my response that...
Well, I did it. So I have 4 sorcery points. I'm going to use subtle spell with message to message Aerodonis and say, I don't think they can even hear me when I do it this way.
Right. So... It's almost like he was alluding that something was there, perhaps observing him or observing us. He was like tracing it with his eyes when he had Detect Magic active. But he did look at the glaive as well.
Okay, Harry. Yeah, the glaive. Yep. I heard you loud and clear about the glaive there, Adonis.
Yes. Seems...
And you see like a concerned look in Ember's eyes, and he'll start darting back and forth.
Seem to
Do I see anything?
No.
Okay.
The glaive seemed to have plenty of magic on it, but of no obvious school of magic, so it's... Or perhaps a mix of them, so it wasn't quite distinct, so... I think you've got quite an interesting treasure there, Tanner. But the only way to... He said he would be able to identify, just didn't have it prepared today. So we can either go back another day and hope he has it prepared, or we can see if someone else can identify it.
We don't have all that much time, Adonis.
Hannah says yes. I think it's not the main concern right now.
Yes.
I still have a weapon. I can always use that in the meantime.
Yes.
But let's press on with other things, I think.
Yes. So in terms
well, let's be more careful of what we say then.
Yes. In terms of resting, I had 2 ideas.
Harry.
He's not going to say them out loud. And just be...
Do you want one of these? And Tanner hands you a whisper feather?
Yeah, I'll take the whisper feather and hand the other one to Ember so that we can communicate. Because...
Okay.
And just sort of say... White lowers his voice to barely audible, but because it has to be whispered, I assume, not actually just thought. Either we use the trash chute as originally planned, but if that's been overheard, then what about that the room next to the Gorgons? Hex's room, was it? I mean, that'd be empty. And was quite well hidden from what I remember.
Hey, I'll reply with the whisper feather. Maybe an option, or maybe even Elena's.
Yes, Eleanor's might be good. I doubt anyone's going to go there.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that. That's where they killed Zankiri.
But there's also plenty of exits from there, so we could rotate a watch and we'd at least have time to flee, potentially. I tried to get Daruk to allow us to use his room, but he said he would only do it if he was there. And then that would reveal our new friend. We don't want that.
That's probably... get back here, Emberborn. Where are you going?
He seems to be swimming into the lava every now and again, then burst back out.
thinking about it, there is one other room.
Watch that goal there, Adonis.
Yeah,
Yeah, mind where you're standing.
there is one other room where the door's still open that we could probably close behind us.
Okay,
We could always try Tereg's room. Who would disturb Tereg? Perhaps not
Well-
fully close the door, but... I mean, he
Yes.
was expecting us to be in there, so perhaps... I don't know if he'd mind or not.
yeah, I'm not sure here, Adonis. One way to find out.
Yeah, and that way we could potentially leave Emberborn in here, perhaps playing in the lava. I mean, whilst the rest of us rest there and perhaps rotate the watch, so one of us is keeping an eye on them, maybe? I don't know. But
Stay here, Emberborn, and have a swim. Have fun. We'll be back.
You
but
see it like let out a call and then just swims into the lava.
yeah, but I'm gonna get Grizz to close all of the doors in here,
Okay,
essentially.
sure.
Because that way it can't fly off, because unless it's really smart, it's not going to know how to open a door.
Hopefully not.
Either way, you've got some kind of connection with it, so potentially it will...
I could try to control its mind and make sure that it does not.
Yes.
You want me to do that area? Keep it under control.
I mean, for the 8 hours or whatever, that's probably not a bad idea.
I will convert the 3 sorcery points from my 4th level into a 2nd level spell slot and cast suggestion on my stupid ass creature here. Hey, Emberborn, I suggest that 8 hours in the lava might make you feel pretty hot. I think you should enjoy that.
Even with
It just
disadvantage.
fails with disadvantage, by the way. It just looks at you and just doesn't seem like it's listening, just swimming through the lava. As you're finished talking to it, you realize it pops its head up out the other side as if like, oh, you were talking to me? And then just swims through the lava again.
The room's empty from what I can see. Not the most comfortable, but it's better than
As long as
nothing.
it's safe, that's all I
It
really
looks
care about.
empty except for there's 2 or 3, no, there's like 5 of us in there.
Well,
It does
yes.
look like there are miniature versions of yourselves stuck in the hourglass.
Well,
still.
there is that, but I doubt they're going to bother us. But
Yeah, they look very still.
yes. So Eridanis is going to close the door, but not entirely. He's going to leave it just open like a little smidgen, because he's not
Okay.
sure if it'll like automatically lock and then lock them in.
Right. Okay, so you half close it.
Yeah. And
And
when is a door not a door? When it's ajar.
Has the
Um,
room changed at all since the last time we were here?
no, it hasn't.
Oh, okay.
It looks like everything's in its place.
Yes, Tanner, if you rest by the door, potentially you could have your shield at the door to be like an initial block, perhaps.
Try not to disturb anything here.
Yes, I'm going to go sleep over in this corner here. That way I'm up near the wall, so potentially I'll hear things.
I'll lie down back behind the bed here. It seems the safest.
Alright, I'ma just take the bed then if that's alright.
No, Grizz. No. You sleep on the floor, Grizz.
Oh.
Don't be.
Or one of the sofas, if you prefer, Grizz.
Diet
yeah,
is
that-
much more.
Dia takes one of the sofas.
Oh, looks like it's a bed for me. Yay!
In which
Not a
case,
good idea, Grizz.
I shall sleep in the bath.
Okay, cool.
That seems a place for Watch Genesi to sleep.
Okay. Everyone
I mean,
take
I
their
guess the
places.
sofa would be a bit more comfortable than the floor.
And you're near the
I'll look around.
fireplace.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sofa it is.
Yeah, the fireplace does give off a nice warmth. Right, so begin
Close
to
my eyes and try to get
close
some
the-
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grizz
Maybe
turns
short,
off
maybe
the
long.
turns off his his iron stone, keeps floating around his head,
I
and
mean,
pockets it.
if Tanner and Dyer take shifts on the watch, because each of them only needs 4 hours each, so
That's pretty much our usual MO. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
5th level spell cast.
Okay. So
do I have anything?
as you're
Immolation,
beginning to
no.
settle down and try to rest,
Mm-mm.
did you say you were doing a watch there?
Yeah, so Tanner probably on
Tanner's
first
gonna
watch,
take
Dyer on
first, yep.
second watch.
Yeah.
Righty-ho. Yes. 10 is on first watch. You can give me a perception check.
I will. Do you want me to roll that for him?
Yes, please.
Adrenaline Wildfire.
It's not bad. Okay.
Double Y.
And how long is he doing a watch for?
4 hours, and
Double
then
Y.
rotating with Dyer.
4 hours. Wow.
Because, trancing.
Yeah, trance is a thing. Okay.
But actually, just before thinking about it, before going to sleep, because it makes sense, and I'm going to be I'm hopefully going to get my spell slots anyway. I'm going to cast Aura Vitality. Not, I didn't want to put the template down, but whatever. And I'm just going to basically, so it lasts a minute. It's a bonus action every time. Does 2d6 every time, so that's 10 rounds, so would be 20d6 already done 2, so have, if my maths is correctly, have 18d6 healing, Tanner.
Okay, yeah, top that up on him. That's a lot. Jeez.
Yeah, because
You forgot the 2d6 as well at the top
so
there.
it's plus 75, which basically puts him at full.
Nice. That's a hell of a spell. What is that spell?
Aura Vitality. Until the spell
wow.
ends, you can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points, and it lasts a minute. So,
Can you do that
with
again
each
or just
rep-
once?
I could cast it again. I've got another spell slot I could do.
Well, we're real banged up.
You know what? I will do that.
Wouldn't you get? How many spells do you have? Do you have a lightning spell or a spell or third level or higher that deals lightning damage?
Yes
All
and no.
lightning, maybe?
Right. Stand still, Dyer.
Okay. Yep.
I am going to cast Ice Knife. That's third level.
Cool.
Because it has to be third level, but I'm going to use Transmute Spell to make it Lightning Knife.
Go. Charge that puppy up for you. Yeah, good idea.
Hopefully
Yeah,
that should charge the thing, right?
It's only for 8 hours, but that'll be 4 hours rest. I guess. Well, that'll only be for the rest. Never mind.
That would. Well, I'll get my spell slots back, so it could be useful to. But it's either that or healing. Which would you prefer?
Give me the charge. Give me the charge.
So I've used third level spell slot and a sorcery point to give Dyer the charge on the defibrillator.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just in case we get in some trouble in the next few hours. And if you're getting the spell slots back anyway.
Yep. And yeah. And then I will go to my bath.
Back into your bath. All right then. So the next 4 hours go by fairly slowly. And Tanner does roll pretty well on his perception check. So he does notice what's going on. But what is going on? That's a good question. Eridanus, you finally find sleep after expending the very last little bits of your cosmos energy.
Yeah,
your
cosmic energy.
Cosmic energy is basically how I put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in this moment Feeling at your most fatigued is also when you feel at your most vulnerable. And in your sleep, you begin to dream.
Oh no.
Your
No, he's
dreams
turning the
shift.
tables on me.
Yes. Yes, I am. It's payback for Monday. All right, now you see a light in the distance, and as your eyes begin to sort of unblur, it focuses into a single burning star. And you feel a familiar presence with this star, almost as if perhaps this is maybe representing your last spell slot or last sorcery point, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sorry, rather your last wild shape. Who knows? Whatever it
Yeah.
is, it seems to be like a mote of your own energy, and you start to see it kind of flicker, fading, and fades out to nothingness. In fact, you feel as though it's darker than the rest of the space around you, almost like it's formed a silhouette against a dark blue night sky, as if it's been kind of eclipsed.
Yeah, no. I can
You try to get closer to it to see what happened, and you don't realize you're naturally feeling like being pulled towards it, like that of a gravity,
Yeah, like a black hole. The stars
like your
collapse.
star has turned into, yes, a black hole. It's a moment later, you start to see other stars being drawn into it. Not just you. You're not the only one affected by this. The other stars, perhaps representing of other bodies. You see a flaming red one. You see a silvery white and like a radiant one. And one by one, all of these stars are sort of drawn in and they flicker and fade, disappearing. As this void gets bigger and bigger, you start to try and pull yourself away from this gravity, and it only begins to pull harder. Eventually, you feel yourself pulled straight towards it, but rather than fade away into it, you feel yourself hit against the surface. Flat surface. The gravity is so strong, you feel as though you're able to even stand atop it. You look around to its edges and perceive some sort of square platform that you're standing on. This thing isn't a sphere that's sucking in everything. It's a cube, and you're standing on the side of it now, and just you try to get to your feet. It's at that moment you feel suddenly a pulse, and a heartbeat drums in your chest. And instead of the gravity pulling you, it repels you, and you are sent hurtling away from this. You see cracks in the cube forming. It explodes into a brilliant light, and from complete darkness, blinding radiance. And it is shot across the entire world, entire existence, illuminating and just blurring out everything in this whiteout. And as it kind of sears the back of your retinas, you feel it burning away at your soul. It's too much. I'm gonna just quickly roll something. Yeah, 1d10. Okay, you take 4 points of damage, Eridanus.
Well, that doesn't quite put me into unconsciousness. I'm okay with that. I don't know what I'm concentrating on, but I've made my concentration. Oh, it's aura vitality still, I guess, because
Yeah. Okay. And the way it burns you doesn't just feel like it's burning your body. It feels like it's burning your soul, the very thing that draws power from the cosmos. And the last thing you remember is this whiteout going on, because right now I'm going to give Tanner a chance to do something. He notices that Eridanus is perhaps shuddering in the bathtub. He's uncomfortably rolling from side to side. You can see a sweat on his brow, and there even appears to be like a frowning grimace to his expression. And Tanner notices this, and perhaps even hears like the bathtub maybe like rocking slightly. And he gets up and looks over to it. over the top of the staircase here. What would Tanner do? Try to wake you up? You're clearly having some sort of terrible dream, and Tanner recognizes this. He
What
saw the
would
same
Tanner
thing happening
do?
to Grizz.
I mean, did he
And-
try to wake Grizz up when he did that?
He didn't. No, one time he did, I think. Oh no! Tanner was fast asleep. That's why this was happening when he was sleeping. But now he's on watch. He's seeing it happen firsthand, and he's recognizing the kind of same sweat that Grizz woke up in.
I mean, he can wake me up. I don't mind.
Let's see.
Kind of fits. Or perhaps
I'll just leave it up to a roll.
Perhaps
it's gonna be a wisdom.
perhaps at first, just by being closer, he's seeing if maybe just his presence and his aura would initially soothe that, because obviously he's got like this protective aura, this devoted aura that prevents charm effects at least, and unfortunately doesn't have the aura of heroism yet. One more level.
He does have that, and he is proving ineffective. Nothing his presence is giving off seems to calm or seduce this or reduce this effect. It's not working, and Tanner's a bit concerned for you at this point. And I'm just gonna roll him a wisdom check. I'll say if he gets like 10 or above, he'll try to do something about it. Okay, yeah, he doesn't like it. He's gonna wake you up. Eridanus, are you okay? Wake up. He's starting to nudge you. You feel yourself coming out of this nightmare, and you come to in a cold sweat. You feel tense, and there's a pain in your chest as well. Eridanus. And it's odd. You know how when you wake up and your eyes kind of come to focus
Yeah.
because of you've had them shut, so everything's kind of really bright. It's the opposite. It's the complete opposite. Everything's really blindingly white, and your eyes are trying to focus to a dimmer light, and you still see blinking like splotches in your vision where that bright light exploded.
Oh, that was.
Try to focus. Are you okay?
No, not really. If that was just a dream, then it's the worst I've ever had, though I've not had many, of course, but I feel like there was some meaning to it.
You've been asleep for about 2-3 hours, I think. 3 hours.
Well, I suppose I should try to get the rest of my sleep, but that was not pleasant in the slightest. It was, this whole tesseract thing, this cube which unfolds into other cubes or whatever. I saw lights being drawn into its stars, almost like a strange gravitational pull, like what astronomers have called a black hole. And then suddenly it exploded, and it was like a bright radiance, too bright, to the point that it almost seemed to be burning me away, soul and all. And even when I woke, I could still see that brightness. It's taking me time for my vision to adjust.
Sounds like a bad omen. Wait, what you just described there sounds familiar. Didn't you tell me about this dream before?
Did I?
Oh, wait. Sorry, not you. The other you.
The other me?
The one in
Wait,
the hourglass.
are you not our Tanner?
No, I am your Tanner. He points to the hourglass. I mean, that one in there.
But
Did
when
he say something like he had a vision?
he did say something about a vision, yes, that's true. Wonder if that's what he saw. Which then, unless, like, he forgot his reasoning for being here and then had a vision. And he has a look at the gilded lotus because it was linked to that, right? His new purpose, if memory serves.
Yes, apparently it was. If you look over yours, doesn't seem to be any different. He hasn't swapped them around.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if maybe the effect only triggers really like some sort of thing because there's still one. Because I've got, from what I understand of these items, out of character.
Mm.
Yeah, there's still like because I get the immune to disease as a minor boon. Rust of nature is the major, no sense smell is the minor detriment, and then there's an unknown one for the major one, which
There is, yeah, which hasn't come up yet.
yeah. Either way, it does not sound like a promising thing. I think Ember's or Helidus's theory that perhaps Baba Yaga is trying to rewrite the universe in their own image or whatever, or perhaps just restart things, a new set of stars perhaps. If an object as powerful as the Tesseract, which has been seemingly both supplying energy to the hut and feeding on Feywild energy, began to feed on the Shadow's fell energy. I'm wondering if that's it. Perhaps if it absorbs that energy, it's going to conflict somehow or something, and then
You're gonna get thinking about this all night.
yes,
You need to get some sleep.
I need to rest, but thank you for waking me. Hopefully this time he's going to grab one of these towels and use it as a pillow. Hopefully
Okay.
this time I'll rest a bit easier, but
All right. I'll keep an eye on you just in case. He decides to sit at this table in the chair
yes,
for the next hour. I'll let Daya know in a moment.
yes. He considers this
Okay.
for a moment. It's just like, yeah, it was almost like I was being sucked in, but then I was rejected, and then I didn't fit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Don't start doubting yourself now. We're nearly there. To the end of this. Try to get rest. Tanner leans back into the chair. And he sort of sighs to himself. I'm gonna roll an insight check on Tanner as well. Seems concerned, but for now he just tries to let you rest. Be quiet. An hour later passes. And he doesn't seem to notice you experiencing anything, and so he's gonna wake up Daya. Daya, you've had a long rest.
Yay.
Yeah, yay indeed.
Finally got rid of my exhaustion. I'll see
Okay.
to, yeah. Anything up? Any sign of
Uh,
disturbances?
yes, there's. I'm not sure. Eridana seemed to be having a bad dream, and I know Grizz has had bad dreams in the past as well. Just keep an eye on them.
Yes, I will. Any noises outside the door?
No, not a
Hmm.
single one. I would have
Okay.
definitely heard it. I was right up against it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't you take the settee then, and
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
plug myself by the stairs.
I'm gonna have to take. I think he has to take of his armor in order to get a long rest. At least a comfortable one, anyway. But with how on edge everything is, he's gonna try and stay in it. Okay. Daya, you can roll me a perception check as well.
Alrighty.
Very good.
20.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. You don't hear any creaking floorboards or scuffing outside, but the most peculiar thing starts to happen. Not Eridanus, but Helidus begins to seemingly let out an odd snore or so. You come over and get closer, and that's not snoring. That's more like he's kind of grunting or just whining in his sleep. And the fire on his head, which we already know has just been sneezed off like several times now. It's I guess flickering erratically, and his eyes seem to be still shut, but they're like kind of wincing in a pain. And
Okay.
Hellas, I guess your dream
The fuck to fuck with
is
me too.
yep, something's
Oh,
fucking with you for sure. The moment you do find sleep, things start to get weird in your dream. You're perhaps dreaming firstly of Emberborn and this newfound ally, but at the same time, a newfound chore and responsibility. You're going to have to somehow look after this thing and raise it. And those fears and doubts creep in, and they steadily get worse and worse, and they suddenly shift to be way worse. And you have images of returning with Emberborn back to Gaidea, and it's much bigger here. It seems like you've definitely done a good job of growing it, but it's at this point it bursts free from your control and unleashes its unbound fury,
oh shit!
and it just flies a course over Gaidea, burning it to the
I
ground.
brought wrath to my city.
You're literally the one responsible for bringing wrath, not salvation, not a new sorry, not a new prosperous age, but rather an age of misery and woe. And you just see people screaming and running in the streets as their home is set ablaze. And this thing just flies over it, and you just get flashbacks of Bromwell as well, because you've experienced it and you've seen it. And this thing is
Yeah.
just doing much the same thing. It's in its very nature to burn civilization.
Hammerboard! No!
Call out.
You just hear it in its roaring, flaming screech across the world.
This isn't what we planned. This was not.
As my voice just trails off.
Yeah,
Creature.
you just hear it. Its screech is retranslated in your mind as, "I have found my purpose. Destruction! Yes, fury of the elements. You've enslaved my kind. But now, I shall enslave you." And as you see the burning
I
bodies...
released you. I freed you.
Well, let me release you. Release you from your shells. And as the bodies burn, they also rise up as husks, charcoal, flesh, and burning embers. Yes, they have reborn as cinders,
Cinders.
and the cycle begins anew. And as you're
This
having
is
this dire, you see Helidus is like grunting and wincing in pain. And I'm gonna roll a d10. Yeah, you take 8
what the?
damage, Helidus, as it swoops over your head. It like picks you up and just throws you into the side of one of the buildings. You feel like the wind knocked
Die
out of you.
here.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, just Die would hear this awful wincing and groaning in pain as he's
Yeah.
tossing and turning on the sofa. Yeah, this is kind of ironic, given the man's name was literally Cinderborn.
This is not the family legacy I was looking for. Ember, get down here now!
You probably hear that mumble there, and then you hear the words like "Get down here" in his sleep, and he's still asleep, but he definitely just shouted out in it.
I will well, as soon as I start to notice him having trouble sleeping, I'm gonna go over and kind of try to soothe him while he's sleeping, like the way you would to a child. So like smooth his hair over his forehead, tuck him in a little bit, just try and calm him down without waking him up.
Okay.
And see if that settles him a little. Yeah.
Yeah, as you try this, it doesn't seem to be any comfort for the poor man. He's still rolling around, and like the flickering of his hair is getting no less worse. Something's
Okay.
happening, and Tanner definitely told you that it was Eridanus that was having
Yeah.
the bad dream, not Helidus.
Yeah, this isn't good. So yeah, she'll try and gently shake him awake.
Okay.
She's gonna stand behind him so that she's not in the crossfire if he decides to get violent. But she'll try and just shake him and say his name.
Okay.
Ember, Helidus, are you there?
There.
Yeah.
You okay?
A woman stops you in the street, and you see it's Dyer, and then as you suddenly kind of feel that jolt,
He's out of control! He's out of control! And I get up and grab you. He's out of control!
Yeah.
He's out of control! He's out of control!
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You're in the hut. I mean, things aren't okay, but you're safe right now. What's
Run for the
just
door.
a dream? No.
Get up.
Hey. Don't.
Okay, you run out the door.
Oh crap! The last
door
time
isn't
she had to
locked.
run after him, this went very badly.
Gonna see, Daya.
Stop.
It's okay. They're gonna use it. They're gonna take it from me.
Okay. Tell me slowly what happened. What did you see?
I opened this door. They took him and they idea. Burning the city. Blame me for it.
You open the door.
Fucking
You
door!
can if you want.
Shake the door.
Yeah, you can open it.
It destroyed Gaidia? I thought you had control
The
over
door
it.
was not within Tanner's reach. I don't know what
Oh,
the hell's going on.
You just click the door if you can.
Door not within Helidus' reach. There we go. Cool.
Ember.
You see your phoenix is flying around the room, and then it suddenly spots
down here.
you. It gets excited, and it does fly down towards you eventually.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Everything okay? No, you wouldn't fucking know anyways. Never mind, Die. It was all a dream. Back to the I'm sorry.
Oh, you're.
It tilts its head like a curious bird would and hops a few steps as Ember begins to leave.
Daya will kind of wants to try and make eye contact with it and just say like, "It's okay, buddy." She'll wave and look friendly.
As it gets closer to you, Dyer, you realize the intense heat that is getting right up next to you.
Yeah, she will back into the doorway and be
It seems like happy to see you, as if like, oh, you're like interacting with it, and as it kind of hops towards you, you back away from it. And it's like, oh, and then the door's closed on.
So she really needs to train that thing. All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Di. I got caught up in a dream, I guess. Just a nightmare. Lost my mind a little bit there. I'm okay. I'm gonna head back to sleep. What a ridiculous circumstance.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it in the morning. Yeah,
You're doing good work, Dia. Good guard work. That's good. If I wake me up again. I don't want my dreams fucked with again. Enough of that.
I got you. That's why we're here. Just
weird dreams, Chris.
No, I'm fine.
I think Geraldi toll stealers around here or something. I don't know.
What? Where?
Stop.
Grabs his axe
playing with my
behind the
dreams.
pillow.
Playing with Eridanus' dreams too.
What?
If
Looks over
anything
to
happens,
Eridanus.
Grizz, we're here. It's just dreams.
She's in the heads.
Yeah, she's in my head, Grizz.
We don't know.
Hold still, hold very still. And he brings up the axe.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'll get it out.
Stop it. I got this hole here. Well, I don't know if I can analyze my own dream with this thing. I wonder how this worked. I wish Dr. Garolf was around to really explain it. I better not. I'm going back to bed.
What? Damn it!
And I'll,
Yeah,
and
no,
I'll
no, just don't mind him. You know how he is. He gets weird when he gets an
Oh,
put
idea
the
into his head. You think he had a
put
bad
the
dream?
cranial archive. I'm gonna take the cranial archive and leave it on the table.
Speaking of ideas, Grizz gets one because you just told him that there's Drody around here,
Mm-hmm.
and
You just had
what did you
to.
put on? What did you put on the table?
The cranial archive,
Okay,
because I
Grizz
don't
puts
want
something else on the table.
people going in my head.
Grizz puts this on the table.
Okay. That's actually you can twist the. I take the
Include examination.
true sight. Ability to see things as actually are until next turn. You notice secret doors hidden by magic and can see into the ethereal plane. All out to range of 100. Well, where do you get?
Did you
Where,
see or hear anything, Dyer?
Yes. Well, no, just nothing outside of this room. But actually, remembering what Daruka had said, she is going to take the glass and look around.
Okay,
I'm gonna go to sleep.
give me a perception check.
Schnucker, 13.
Okay.
Right. What'd I miss?
Oh my god, I rolled a natural 6. Okay. It's not great, Dyer. But then, nor are they really expecting you to suddenly pull out the eyeglass.
Hmm.
And, Dyer, you suddenly see someone shifting from the nearby sofa. There is someone there, but they appear as a cloudy, smoky kind of apparition, like as if they're not even here in this plane. It's almost as if the smoke from the fire has suddenly come up and animated. But it's as you're
No
looking
way.
right at them,
No.
they look back at
No.
you and they seem startled,
Shut
and
up.
they begin
Shut up.
to the misty apparition begins to move away.
Catch it. Catch her.
She instinctively moves to interrupt it, like without even questioning whether or not she can stop smoke.
Hey, no one else sees it, of course, just Dyer. And in addition to that, it doesn't seem as though you can stop it. It's passes right through you.
The
In
fuck?
fact, let me just. Here we go. That's what I want. So
Wha-
there's a
She
figure
fucking
right here,
was in here.
right next to you,
Oh
and
my
I
it
was just
suddenly
god.
talking.
makes towards the door,
Come on.
and it flies straight through you like a ghost. And in
That bitch
addition to
was
that,
in here.
Dyer, let me just roll for the other one.
Oh my god.
The other one. Ooh.
Okay, they pass straight through the door as well, and they've disappeared from wherever
What the
you saw
fuck?
them.
God damn it.
I was
What do
just
you do, Dyer?
What does she do? What does she do? The protective instinct is stronger than the chasing instinct right now. She just as she used to do in the guest quarters. She wants to peek out without leaving the others behind too far and
There
see
is
where they're
another
going.
figure about halfway up the steps, another cloudy apparition of a hunched over, haggard looking creature that you can see. She turns to you and looks shocked as you're seeing straight through the eyeglass at her.
I will flip them the finger.
Oh, they each take a little bow, and then they step towards you actually, and
Ladies.
one of them begins to spin a image in the air. It's Dreldy, the one who was able to sort of use yarn and string, and she pulls out a string-looking depiction of a book.
Oh, they want the book. They're getting
And they point to it.
impatient. Oh.
And they
What was-
begin
God.
spelling something out in the air as well. They
Mhm.
spell out with that string.
Yep.
You will not find rest until we have our end of the bargain.
Oh.
We had an agreement. We had a pact, is what it reads.
We
We didn't have
did.
a timeline on it.
We've been very busy. There's a lot going on. We haven't forgotten any of our bargains.
They step towards you, and again, one of them taps their wrist impatiently, as if they're tapping a watch.
She
that
will
isn't there.
she will bow in the kind of diplomatic way, one hand on her chest, and say, "I understand. I ask for your patience. Remember your power and your place, and we will remember ours." And she'll close the door.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she will
Right.
curse to herself when she walks down. Oops.
Memes? Roll 1d20 as well for the eyeglass, as it is potential to break.
Okay.
Natural 20. Well, that's
Nice,
fine.
nice.
Boink,
It does
boink.
not
We need
show
that
any
thing.
signs of stress or breakage.
In fact, it actually is slightly more resilient than ever.
Yeah, it looks it. No, it works perfectly. In fact, if you want, there's another effect on that. Quite potent.
Mm-hmm.
You can identify 2 qualities of a creature you're seeing from either their armor class, HP, saving throws, damage resistance, damage immunities, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you want to end the effect and learn one thing about them, you can. Or 2 things, rather.
On the creatures that I just saw?
Yes.
Oh, yes, please.
I
Definitely.
believe. Let's see. Just 1 second if you pause typing in the chat. It grants the user true sight and the ability to set things as they actually are. It's blah, 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 blah. In addition, you can identify... Yeah. So, all right, which ones do you want to learn?
Let's see. What are my choices? Armor class, HP, saving throws, damage resistance. Innate magical attribute, immunities. What do we want to know? Damage resistance and magical attribute.
Yeah, that sounds
Mag-
good.
Mhm.
Okay, they are You see a fiery protection on them as well as cold. They are immune to those elements, fire and cold. And its innate magical attributes. One of its innate powers. Okay. One of the Night Hag's innate powers is the ability to go ethereal at will from the material to the ethereal, vice versa. It's one of their innate powers. And they've been doing it the whole damn time.
Bitches. All right.
Yep. And you've seen, I guess you already knew that as well, because you've seen them do it down in the
Yeah, but we didn't know they could do
in the
it like
dump.
infinitely, basically.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
an action to them. It's not a spell, it's an action.
It's just an action.
So I'll tell
Mm.
you another ability. Why don't we just bring this out of the bag finally? Because we all know it's what's coming. It is the nightmare haunting. The same thing they've been doing to you guys whenever they've had the ability to do so. It is once per day, which is why there's only 2 people getting this, because there's only 2 of them that can do it in this coven at least.
Mm.
And they magically touch a humanoid while sleeping, and a protection from evil and good prevents it, by the way. Whilst they're asleep, whilst they're having this nightmare, they benefit from no rest.
Well, that's
And their hit point reduced by 1d10 which is what I just
Oh.
did to both of them. If this
Yep.
effect reduces them to 0, they die. So Eridanus, by the way, being on like 8,
Oh.
I
Well,
nearly killed Eridanus.
if it says
Oh.
if it reduces the target's hit point maximum to 0.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. It's the max. But still, nonetheless, it would have been horrible if you just died in your sleep anyway. The only way to stop this is to literally kill the Night Hag
Okay.
or a greater restoration.
But fortunately, I'm not going to be able to do greater restoration because
Nope.
Rana don't have any spell slots.
Nope. They kind of shot themselves in the foot as well by doing this. Because they need someone to break the enchantment on the book as well. But I guess they're just frustrated. You've been away for a few days now. They still don't have their book. But nonetheless, that's what you learn as you
Yeah.
examine them with the spyglass. It tells you
Okay.
these two bits of information.
Yeah, this is worrying. I don't know if she would be able to comprehend all of this at once. It would probably take her a while to untangle what it all means. But yeah, she's gonna keep patrolling, and watch the others very carefully. And she also wants to inspect Tarig's room, kind of as she's pacing. She wants to look around. Look at the hourglass, look at the books, any papers that he has on his desk.
Okay.
Um,
Give me a investigation check.
I don't think she's looking for anything in particular. Oh yeah, that's a 6. Just to see if anything triggers, if anything looks interesting.
So you mentioned the hourglass. When you try to interact with it, you can't even pick it up off the floor. It seems as though your hand passes through it, like as if it was an illusion. Maybe it's sort of phased in a different dimension. You have no idea. Whatever it is, it's completely out of bounds for which to interact with. And it's not even misty or ethereal looking. Like you've seen what that looks like now with the hags. It doesn't even look like that. It just looks like a transparent image stuck there. So that's something you figure out as you're playing around in the room. And the image of the characters are still stuck there as well, just frozen, just about to like break free, perhaps.
Yeah.
And the bookcase, as you maybe look around, perhaps just picking a book at random, give me a D8. And what'd you get?
I got an 8.
You got the 8. Okay.
Yep. Yep. I hope that's
Okay.
good.
Okay. Just look it up. Okay. There is a book. It's called A Study on Possibility. And it's a little difficult to understand. Seems to be the notes on a new kind of magic that can maybe manipulate fate itself. But it seems even Tarek has had a hard time comprehending this because you can see a lot of his own notes and side notes trying to figure out how this even fits into the weave or if it's even possible. Perhaps it's a type of magic that he discovered that exists in another realm or another dimension. Because as far as he's aware, nothing can influence fate here, aside from something as powerful as the wish spell.
Is there any indication of where this book comes from? An author or a publishing house?
Hmm.
Like who?
Give me
Sorry.
another investigation check, and I'll tell you if there's any corresponding links. That's
17.
much better. Okay. There is something that looks familiar. Type of writing or text. You've seen it before. It's kind of angular. There's much more like pictures of There's other pictures of a world, like they're only smaller ones, but then like a full map. They're just diagrams, and it's of a sphere and another sphere around it. The second sphere is like a net that encompasses the other one. And you've seen it before, you swear. With the 17, I'll tell you that you remember seeing the same image on a map inside the library. And you remember it being labeled as a world called, well, the Veiled World.
Veiled world. Okay.
I think it began with a U, but you might not remember.
Okay. I don't remember. I don't know if Di does.
No.
Okay.
But you saw a map depicting that same image, a world encapsulated by like a net, like a veil almost, a protective kind of barrier. But either way, it doesn't seem like
At least Churg doesn't understand. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that he doesn't understand it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that's everything. You've spent about 4 hours doing this, and Tanner receives a long rest. So if you want to do that for me, James.
Yep.
And so at this point, you should be coming to and waking up. But both, I guess Grizz has finished a long rest as well. So I'm going to do his for him. He
How
yawns
many
and wakes up.
hit points did Grizz missing on his max? Because I was gonna put that for you.
He's in his journal somewhere. It says max
do
by 11.
Minus 11?
Yep.
There you go.
And don't worry, he has already done that. He should normally have like 133.
Oh, so he.
Yeah, he's been keeping it elsewhere, just in case.
Alright, I'll let. Fuck that.
Helidus and Eridanus, you are still dog tired. You may be coming to, but you don't feel like you've rested at all. You've been prevented.
Not even like hit dice, eh?
No.
Literal. Oh, for fuck.
Another 8
Those
hours.
hags,
Not gonna do it, huh?
those hags are clearly
Oh.
forcing your hand.
Yeah. In this case,
Okay.
I don't feel well at all.
Come over to the couches. We need to have a
Horrible.
meeting. We need to have a meeting.
I'm gonna spend a first because I still have some low level spell slots left. So first level on Helidus.
Thanks, Ari.
Actually, I'll do a second first level. Why not? There you go.
That's a bit better. Thank you, Ari.
You guys you look like how I felt when I woke up
I feel horrible, Grizz.
from those horrible nightmares. Yeah, see, it's not good, is it? This is why I've been telling you, let's kill them already.
You know what, Grizz? It's rare, but maybe I actually agree with you for once. And I was just joking. I didn't think there would actually be the hags in our bedroom. How did they know we were here?
Yes.
The Grizz before was you were getting a long rest before, even if you had nightmares.
Well, I think
maybe they didn't have contact for that long, but
we don't know, Grizz.
The problem is with their ability to pop in and out of the ethereal so readily. I don't know how we tackle them.
We ambush them, or we silence them somehow.
Yeah, but
render their magics useless.
But it's not a spell they're casting. It's just a natural ability. All they have to do is click their fingers or prick their thumbs or whatever, and they do it.
Would you be able to see them with fairy fire?
No, not in the ethereal. If they were invisible, yes, but even if we could see them, we wouldn't be able to interact with them. The only way we could interact with them...
Like player to player, fairy fire doesn't show them up?
Nope.
When you go invisible, where do you go?
You're just invisible. You don't go ethereal. There's a separate spell for that called etherealness. It's a 7th level spell.
I thought when you went invisible, you went to the ethereal plane. Sorry, my bad.
No.
Okay.
You can appear on the ethereal, though. you don't actually exist there.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Understood
very
that game
far
mechanic.
No, that's an easy one to mix up, honestly. Ethereal, if you cast like True Seeing, you can see invisible people, and you can see people on the ethereal. And I think
Okay,
if
so
you're
it's two different.
invisible, people on the ethereal can see you, but people in the material can't.
So then we need to go to the. Well, Ember wouldn't know that. Never.
well so in order to tackle them, we would need to find some way to either travel to the ethereal or get them out of the ethereal. But
Which you're not going to do without a damn book.
yes, and
Well, they want that book.
unfortunately, the only way that I could get the book, they've stopped me being able to do because I don't have the magic left to break that seal.
Or the only one who can break that, I thought, would be Daruka anyway.
We have to make a deal with Daruka.
But he's not going to make a deal cheaply. That it's
Well,
locked
I've
up.
got.
It's
I got some platinum bars. I got all these nice. Maybe
He
like a
seemed like
hydroscale short sword scabbard inlaid with
I
auricularum.
don't think so. The only
Oh.
things that are going to probably, I had to guess that are either going to get him interested. I mean, mostly because it's not locked away under his orders, under his discretion. It's locked away under Baba Yaga's. So if he gives us that book, he's going against Baba Yaga.
Okay, well then I could make a wish.
That's the first time you said that I've been tempted to take you up on it.
But even if you did,
A wish, by the way, could also just give you a long rest at that point.
that's true. But oh god, how would you invert that wish?
I've actually been thinking about that for like 5 months, and that's why I've never done it. Like like we've always been resting under duress. I've always thought, in the worst case scenario, how do I word it to give us instant long rest?
Wait,
I just don't know how to fucking do it without killing us all.
no, damn it, if we had time, but time is not on our side, I was going to say
Far from it.
the way to do it would be to use wish to cast a spell. We could cast wish to go into the ethereal.
But then they go out of the ethereal.
And then
we can still
stuck.
see them.
No, but we can't interact with them. The two can't interact. There are certain.
How do you know all this?
Well, that's
They walked
based
right through me like I wasn't there.
And
Yeah.
that's based on how it was when we went into the ethereal briefly to help you. We could see Grizz, but not distinctly. It wasn't until we popped out that he could interact with us or them.
Can we maybe take one of them and hold them hostage? They seem to be very affectionate towards each other. Maybe we can play one against the other. Or
there's a couple of ways we could play this, but the only way I can think of to benefit from a proper sleep, but we won't be able to do that anytime soon because you can only take one long rest every 24 hours, pretty much. Annoyingly. Though, as we didn't get the benefit of a rest, does that still apply to us?
What applies? You didn't get a long rest.
No,
that's it.
No, but well, because the way it's phrased,
oh, you can't have more than one long rest. Yeah.
Yeah, and it says that you gain no benefit from its rest, which means we had a long rest. We just didn't get the benefits from it, right?
I'll check on the nightmare haunting ability because I think it's nasty.
Because it specifically says gains no benefit from its rest.
But that suggests
that we did rest. We just didn't benefit.
Yeah, that's very rules lawyery in a way that goes directly against our cause here.
Yeah.
Well,
because my thought out of character would be if we cast a spell like Melf's Magnificent Mansion, they wouldn't be able to interact with us in there.
But we're so short on time.
I know.
Like It's another
If
8
we can find out
hours.
Mordenkainen's.
Mordenkainen's, not Melfs.
Yeah.
Why was I thinking Melfs? That's completely different.
All right.
House of Acid.
Yeah, Melfs is evocation magic.
Good with names.
Yeah. But
Turner speaks up and says, "Hang on, didn't you saying Daruka saw them?"
yes, Daruka can see them. I'm guessing.
Maybe we can just tell Daruka of the plot and get him on our side.
If Daruka can see them, then that means that one of my plans to get in there won't work.
But it also he was cluing us in. He was letting us know that he could see them. So he wanted us to know without telling us directly.
Yes.
Which tells me that if we can find a way of getting his help without putting him at risk, he may be a very valuable ally.
It's
just a matter of figuring out how to do that.
No, I think.
Kind of like your idea, Ember, because Daruka's our friend.
I have 3.
I have 3 sorcery points left. And I have spell book here. Let's see. I got 1 4th level, 1 5th level, so I could make 4 more sorcery points. So I could have 7 secret messages that they can hear. Oh, I still got 1st level spell slots too. Oh, we recast Mage Armor.
Would I have got that? Because the Astronomer's Boon is specifically you look at the night sky. But I've been able to get that because it's not long rest base. It's just like at night. I can redo it.
You need to see the stars.
Yeah, it's a pain. There needs to be a room.
Someone can help you. Someone can help you with that.
Dyer.
Well.
Yep. What do you need me to do? What can I do?
I don't know. That was just my initial thought. You're the other star person.
I worship the stars. I don't study them.
Yes. You really wouldn't have liked the dream I had then. Perhaps. Does anyone have a notebook of some kind or anything like that?
Just regular paper?
There's loads around here. Yeah, Grizz picks up a book from the table.
Does it appear to be empty?
You find the first one he hands you is definitely not empty. It has scrawlings and notes. But you do look underneath that one, and there is another.
Actually, I have a really fun way of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But it all depends on how well Daru corrects. Yeah, I want to play with that. That sounds fun.
Do we reach out to him through message or go and see him?
I was going to go see him, but whilst having a conversation with him, use the tabard to display the true meaning of my conversation.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that could work. And I mean, if he's able to see them, then he could sort of scout that they're not nearby anyway.
Yes, that was my thought. Helidus, do you want to go check on Ember whilst I go to the library and see if I can... And Dyer's probably our best bet as well, to try to do this. I probably recommend Grizz and Tanner stay with you again.
Alright, sure.
And just on the off chance that... Actually, we've just had a rest. Before we go a long distance, opening the door, I'm just going to knock on his door. Because we've just been here for 8 hours. He may have gone to bed and not got up yet. So I'm just going to knock on his door.
There?
Okay. I'll just roll for it. See if he is in there. Nope. You knock on his door. It seems like he's an early bird. He's either already gone to bed and woke up.
Alright.
And...
Dyer, back to the library, which we now know the way to do it, so I don't know if you just want to move maps or just do
that.
It's just going to be me and Dyer that go, because
Okay.
Ember can't
Sure.
probably doesn't want to leave the Emberborn too far away, and yes.
Well, what about Grizz and Tanner?
Well, Tanner would probably stay with Ember anyway because Vizier,
Yeah.
bodyguard, and then Grizz doesn't
We
really
should leave.
care for books, so
Yeah.
No, but he
Well,
does care for killing Mathilda, and that is
yeah, he could
top
come with
priority.
us to make sure that let's take Grizz with us. That way we both got heavy hitters.
Okay.
And tanks. I mean, I know I've got 2 technically, but you've also got a Phoenix, so I feel we're even.
Yeah. We've got a Phoenix. We've got a Grizz.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
Okay. You return back to the library where
Right.
this beautiful classical music is playing once again.
Hello again, Daruka. And as
Good morning. Seems
as
to have got himself a cup of coffee.
as I say this, I'm gonna have the tabard change to basically an just quickly change between several pictures of an eye, as if like an eye looking about, and then a question mark to basically indicate, is anyone watching?
He seems a little bit tired in the morning,
Yeah.
so he kind of glances at it. Ugh. But he does notice it. And then you see a glint in his eye. He raises an eyebrow at first, and then looks left, looks right, tilts his head. And how are you this morning? You don't look too well, Eridanus. You look
No,
bags under your eyes.
I had a rather odd dream, should we say. But
Goodness.
I thought perhaps as I'd woken up, on the off chance that you had re-prepared your spells there, I thought I'd see if you had identify, and then
I'm preparing them right now as we speak.
and I'm just
We're
trying
sorry to interrupt on your morning routine. I know
Yeah.
you prefer privacy in all things.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So it's Mathilda Mudwallow, and I'm going to. This is going to be weird, but I'm going to change the tabard to try to indicate a foot, or at least a set of toes, grabbing a book. As in the toes are stealing the book.
Can you just draw text as you're...
No, but I'm trying to make it less blatantly obvious.
Sure,
Yeah.
he's gonna roll insight then. Well, he's got a pretty good insight. I do have something that might be able to help you sleep. You say you had a dream? Was it important, or was it like a was it a vision of some sort?
I would say, I'd say it had a certain vision-like quality about it, but it might have just been that I've been dealing with a lot of heavy stuff recently, but I saw as if the stars were being drawn into somewhere, and then I'm going to once more indicate the book on the tabard, and this time it clearly looks like the Book of the Void, like it's got like the black circle in the middle.
Okay. He goes, It's a very visual dream then, yes?
Yes, and then...
I might be able to help you with that, you know? It can help if I actually see what you were seeing, in a sense. I might be able to,
if possible,
better get an idea of the dream if I saw it through your eyes.
Is there a way you could do that?
But of course, yes. Take a seat, my friend. Take a seat.
Herodanus will do so. He's actually quite curious as to how Daruka will interpret this now.
Let's see if we can't clear your head. Now, you may feel a biting sensation, but try to let it pass and allow me in. That makes...
Yep. Right.
All right. Then. Okay, he
I have no idea.
Bring-
Dia will come and stay a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer.
he clicks his fingers a couple of times and has the music of the violins change to a much more delicate, relaxing tune. But anyway, he turns and takes a puff of his smoke and then breathes it out slowly and has his eyes closed for but a moment or two. And when he begins to open them up again, you see that they are aglow and they stare straight through into your mind, Eridanus. I would be making you roll a wisdom save, but
I'm allowing
if
it to happen.
then that's fine. Daruka enters into your mind. You feel a presence, and he's making himself known as before. Normally, you may be able to get away subtly with this spell, but he kind of seemingly enters in grandiose and takes a bow, and you see his cloak kind of rippling in an unseen wind in your mind. And he begins to look around, and you hear like almost a voice in your head. It's like, "May I?"
I tried to reply internally, yes.
Okay. He pushes aside the dream for he does view the dream for a moment or two, but then pushes it aside as they are simply the surface thoughts. And you almost feel like he pulls back like a cloth from some of a thought of yours, and as he pulls it away, it slightly tears in his grasp as though his claws are ripping away something like a secret.
Eridanus
And
winces
Eridanus,
slightly.
he reads your mind and knows what's going on. Geraldi Toestealer has told you to steal a book from his library. He's told you, he learns everything, learns
Yep.
exactly what you're thinking right now.
Yeah, I'm basically focusing my thoughts entirely on that, basically. As much as, like, because obviously he can read my mind and stuff, but he's obviously focused on certain things, so I'm almost trying to keep his mind focused on there, and the rest is almost, like, blocked with water.
Okay.
But
What is it you're blotting? The part where you made a pact and agreed to steal his book in the first place?
No, in fact, I'm going to be completely open about that.
Right. In
But
that case, you definitely see him. There's a slight growl and
yes,
an
he
angry-looking
and
tiger face.
Eridanus apologized. I'm sorry, Daruka. At the time, it was the only choice we had. I intended it as a one of the Fae. I try to keep to bargains as best I can, but this was one that I was not intending to keep. I was hoping I could find some other way to deal with them.
Roll a persuasion check. And this is all your thoughts in your head. You're just
Yeah.
thinking these thoughts. You're picturing an apology.
Can I cast guidance on myself in my head?
You can cast guidance right now, and that will
Yeah,
transfer to the
because I'm gonna need it. The 10.
10.
Not great.
You see him let out a long sigh.
I realize I've done nothing to earn your trust, but it's for a friend, even one who annoys me as much as Ember, I'd do what is necessary, but I'd like to think we're friends, and I wouldn't want to betray your trust unless there was no other choice, but I think there is a choice here. We can deal with this another way, but hags have a way about them, and we don't have a way to deal with that.
What you're saying is you had no other options but to side with me. You hear a voice in your head.
I suppose. But even
But had you the option, you would have stole.
No, it would have been a last resort.
Feels as though this is the last resort.
No, it's my initial plan was because they had already inflicted Grizz with the same nightmares that we could perhaps. Well, I'll be honest. My initial plan was to
Steal the book.
to borrow the book with the full
Mm.
intention of returning it purely to use as bait to draw them out so that we could take them out and then return it without looking ourselves. I realized that it's locked away for a reason, but I did
I
not
believe you.
I did not think you'd
However,
want to
in
be.
doing so, that would have put great risk to the hut and to yourself as well.
Yes, it's again. That was just
Yeah.
one plan. It was we've been trying to. Well, ever since the conversation, I've been trying to think of plans to deal with it, and I did not realize they would be getting so impatient that currently even if I wanted to try to steal it, which I don't, I would have no way of doing so. The cosmic energy has been drawn away like it was in the dream.
Drawn into the void, you could say.
Yes. Ironic, considering that's what the book's about.
I'm not best pleased about this.
I can understand that, and if you wish to inflict some form of punishment, I will accept it, but please don't inflict on the
ridiculous.
others.
What I need is a guarantee that what you say is what is going to happen. These hags need to be dealt with.
Yes.
There's only one way I assure guarantees.
With a contract, right? That's what your book contracts are about. I assume you'd use a similar thing.
That is one possible way, but a contract you are still able to break, which is exactly what you would have done had you stolen a book. I would have been breaking the library cards contract immediately.
I technically never signed one of those myself.
No, but had others knowingly let you do this or even assisted, that would have been breaking the contract.
I did not realize that it was so in depth. I thought if it was just me and me alone, then I wouldn't want to put my friends in danger for it. Then what is this guarantee you have mentioned?
You say you are drained?
Yes.
Then you are no good in this endeavor?
No.
You wish to deceive the hags. You will also need a way to stop them from slipping away.
Yes.
He thinks for a moment or two. Huh. Weird to say it, but we're gonna need the help of other hags.
Which hags did you have in mind?
He steeples his fingers together, leans in closer to you, and again a voice echoes in your mind. The alchemy hags. They can craft potions of etherealness.
I had not considered them. I realized they did things, but I did not think that would be something they're capable of. Would the Tinkers not be able to do such a thing? Perhaps some sort of ethereal transportal or something? I don't know.
That may take time to work on, but it just so happens that the green hags in the alchemy lab have actually been working on said potion.
Hmm.
They have them probably readily available.
For the right
If not,
price.
at least prototypes, and that's better than nothing.
Yes, I'm just wondering what they would require in exchange. I mean, I have some herbs and such, and I have a fairly powerful healing potion on me, but I don't have a lot else of value.
Hmm.
And these...
That is up to you to figure out.
Yes. These... a potion of etherealness, how exactly does that work? Does it allow you to hop between the two planes,
It does
or...
not, but I propose this. You send half of your party in, and keep half of them out.
And that way they can never truly escape. That's...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ingenious? Yes, I know.
Yes. Yes.
And as a guarantee, I'll be... He turns to Grizz. I'll be making sure you follow these instructions. Let's put it that way.
He's gonna put a geese on us, isn't he? Or geese, or however you pronounce it.
I need a guarantee.
Then...
Yeah, I'm afraid he didn't quite persuade him with a 10. He just wants to make sure this is done.
Yeah.
And so as he
Understood.
stands up, he says aloud, he goes, "Oh my goodness, your dream is full of such conflicts and difficulties. I must
Yes.
apologize. I didn't know you was under so much stress.
Yes.
It will take time, but I'm sure you will see sense of this, and perhaps things like these have yet to come to light. Perhaps they'll become clearer as time goes on.
Yes.
In the meantime, I have much work to do, and I will identify this. In fact, the glaive, I will identify it
Yes. That'd be fantastic.
while you do your chores.
Excellent. I will leave it with you.
Yes, return once
Thank you.
you're ready, and I'll have this done for you. And
Right.
he turns and gets. Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
Grizz, what was the weather outside? Was it any good? I was thinking about going for a walk. Grizz looks at Daruka for a moment and rolls a wisdom save.
Was
Oh, it's really nice actually. It's quite sunny from what we saw. And why do you? I'll go check again if you want. Oh wait, this was yesterday, right? We looked outside.
that is true.
Daruka doesn't look pleased.
I would say... I look to him and say, well, I have a bit of an innate connection to the weather Daruka. Perhaps I can assist with that, and basically suggesting for him to cast it on him instead, whatever he was trying to do.
He asked deliberately how much you've got and why you're so drained. And you can.
Yeah, because if I
He says, "Eridanus, no, you're far too tired. I will I'll ask Grizz to go check again. I meant the weather today, Grizz." And he pulls out a spell scroll and then reads it aloud. He's making no subtlety in this. And you can see he's pulled out the scroll which he cast Dominate Person with last time.
Mhm.
And Grizz is going to roll a wisdom save. Oh, yeah, I could go check again. Yes, I will do that for you. I will make sure that it is good to go for a walk. Walkie. Good, Darika says. And he begins casting Identify ritually on the glaive.
Alright, back
And
to
Grizz
the
does do a
others.
full walk he does do a full walk around the table. He then kind of like flexes and like seemingly like stretches out his muscles and gives his neck a crick and then looks to you guys and goes, right. Shall we then?
Yes, let's go check the weather. This way.
Okay, okay. I'll check the weather. Hope it's sunny. Come on, Daya.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be lovely and warm. In fact, it might even be burning hot.
All right, you exit the library. I can't believe Grizz rolled that to an 18 on his first
Yeah, that was
end result using a spell
lateral
scroll,
19. Damn.
Yeah, there's a change in demeanor once Grizz gets out of the library, and yes, Grizz he looks at you, Eridanus, and goes, "You know what? Changed my mind. Let's take a walk to the alchemist."
Yes, that sounds fantastic. In fact, I'm pretty sure that some of their ingredients only work at certain time in certain weather, so they'll probably know.
Well, I just wanted to see how much damage we'd done with the rampaging orc.
Yeah, that's
we left in
true.
there.
Do we want to go back and let the others know before? Or...
Oh, of course, yes. Let's make sure everybody's on board with this.
Yes.
Good.
Alright. So
Okay.
I shall go.
You can head back and get to them if you want. I won't change map yet. I think they're coming.
Alright, so we...
No, Amber, that's not how you do it. You gotta come down and lower, over there,
Alright.
yeah.
Hail Helidus. First of his
hey,
name.
You're back. Yes.
Hello.
Leader of men and women. You dated the Forge Master.
Yes. We need to go speak with I've spoken with Daruk, and he's recommended that the best way for us to get a good night's sleep is to get a sleeping potion from the Green Hags, the alchemists. So we're going to head there.
Are you crazy? They'll kill us.
I look at him very pointedly, and then I just the tabard is just going to change to a finger up against the mouth, shush. I'm loving this tabard. It's great.
I can't make checks on. I don't have a token. Maps.
You can still open your character sheet though.
I have to reload.
No, I'll just give you an insight check. There you go.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to do an insight check. Thank you.
Yeah, it seems like he's telling you this.
Yes, of course. Right, Eridanus.
After all, if I'm sure they would love to see us.
Yeah, they're lovely. Sure.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think how we would split our party in that event, in the case this works.
Well, I would stay on the prime material plane because I need to get this Phoenix involved.
Yeah, that's true. You and the Phoenix.
Can't
you,
see shit on Earth.
you, Tanner, and Emberborn on the material, and the other three of us on. Basically, the way we split the party now seems ideal.
I think that's probably sensible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way,
we're fighting two of these hag creatures.
Yeah.
Or is there three of them?
That's the thing. What is their hag? What is their coven?
Yes, because
that's what Tanner would probably ask.
I mean, they both seem to be. When we were there was a third one, but they didn't appear to be any.
Field and Mudwallow, and there's a third one, I'm sure. All of these hags have come in threes, haven't they?
Well, when we were there was, from memory, wasn't there a third one? But they didn't say anything.
Well, we'll check it. Yeah, she ugly looking. They're all looking. But there's one coven, the Green Hags, have 4. One's crater.
Yes, but
the alchemy hags. Yeah, that's true. The ones we're going to go see now, in fact.
Well, I have heard of a trilogy of 4 before, but I've never heard of a coven of 4. But well, let's go find out.
Green Ethel, or Rotten Ethel, I think. The other.
That's the one. Tanner says, Rotten Ethel.
Yes. Right.
We saw her in the library with the others.
Hmm.
She's eating an apple or something. I can't remember.
Yes, I have her under.
I'm curious, Helidus. Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's possible to pluck a feather from Emberborn? I mean, they're a bird. Can you pluck a phoenix's feather?
I don't think so. I can try.
I was thinking, you know, might be a ideal thing to trade for these sleeping potions.
It's literally just fire, and
Yeah, you know. I wasn't thinking like I was thinking like because it's a fire elemental, if you could like detach a part of it, that'd probably be a valuable reagent in some way. But
try to take some of that fire and store it in a jar.
maybe. Just ideas, you know.
No, not like that, everyone. I told you. You gotta just pay attention, you stupid bird.
Doing backflips. Just moving you closer to where you need to be.
No, of course we don't go through the library with the phoenix.
No, of course not. Good Lord, no.
But there is an entrance here. Goes to the
There is.
Tinker Hags, which then takes us there.
Yeah, they're right next door to the Tinkers.
But do we want to take Emberborn through? What's the route? Because there's a room south of the Alchemy Hags, right?
There is.
So we probably want to go that way because we don't want to take a phoenix through the room of all the experimental devices.
Explosives.
This is it. This door in here is the south entrance to the Tinker Hags.
I meant to the Alchemy Hags.
I meant to the Alchemy. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Either way. As long as we don't go through the Tinker Hag's lab and burn it.
Hold on. Oh, no, it is. Oh, I'm getting confused now.
Well,
no, it is
door.
to the Tinker Hags. Yeah. So
What
the
about
south
this
entrance to
door?
the Alchemy Lab is through there.
Yep, so we'll go through
the
there
Tinker
and
Hag.
then we'll go. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because, you know, the idea of taking a phoenix bent on destruction for a room with potentially experimental destructive devices.
Yeah, because why not? Goodness me. All right, you're in here now.
Hello, ladies. Just passing through.
Always nice to see you.
How is the tinkering going? Have you used any other?
I mean, your
the implements, yes.
Yes, I mean Tanner used the fire breathing one to great effect recently.
And the spyglass was quite effective in spotting night crawlers.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. I am so pleased they are serving you well.
Yes.
Yes, nothing but positive reviews. You can view them on the hut's Yelp page.
Yeah. Well then, ladies, let us move it up the chain, shall we? Start mass production for these things.
I have a suggestion, if you don't mind. The spyglass, although quite effective at seeing things lurking and snooping around, and I'll look around like overtly obnoxiously. Maybe you can make it like a goggle, so you could wear them instead of having to hold it, so you can have your free hands.
Oh, not a bad idea. Well, we did put a gem in there that works as the power source.
I also had
they seem to run out.
I also had another possible suggestion. Would it be possible to replace the initial lens with maybe like some glass, maybe infused with pearl, so not only can it see magic, perhaps identify it?
Oh, combining magical effects, that's something of a tricky process, but it's been known to be done. Such magical items are called artifacts. They're legendary.
Oh, like this. And pulls out the Gilded Lotus.
Yes,
or like this.
And wait, where'd you keep getting all of these?
Yeah,
we've been really busy, ladies.
Yes, I mean
you've hired the best to test your wares.
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's be careful with those. If you found them in the hut, that is.
Yes.
Anything not made by us has potentially got the taint of that cauldron.
Yes. Well,
The
The-
stink of the witch herself.
This one I was given to by myself.
Not the witch. no.
Aridana says in confusion to confuse them.
Okay, well, yeah.
Because
Peculiar,
it's
isn't it?
technically true. He took it off his own dead body.
Very peculiar.
Space-time paradox.
Yes, I
you
won't
know.
deign to understand, but
But have you heard anything from your neighbors? We need to.
well, they sounded like they were doing some cleaning. Shattered glass and shelves came up. Yes, I think a shelf came apart.
Oh no! Well,
They
that
might have had a visitor. And I'll wink.
Oh yes, and there was also some bloodthirsty screams, but that's not unusual. They do sorts of experiments on live specimens.
yes. Well, either way, we're actually going to go visit them. Perhaps we can give them a hand with their tidying up.
Excellent. Yes. Do. Oh. Um. In which case, do you mind giving them a present from us?
In which case.
Sure.
Let me just get you a pair of gloves. And you see Rickety Peggy goes around the corner, gets some gloves for you, whilst Polly starts dragging something from one of the darkest corners. Do you mind giving me a hand with this? Yeah. And Pigtooth comes over, Pandora. This is, after all, your invention, Pandora. And she's like, yes, hold it. They start dragging a chest from out this corner right here. Yeah, there. Put these gloves on, whoever's carrying it.
Eridanis will, I guess, because why not?
Fairly heavy.
Oh,
And,
in which case,
Grizz, get over there and help him out.
actually, Grizz, do you want to carry this, or Tanner one maybe?
Tanner's got it.
Yeah.
Normally, Grizz would be the kind, helpful person, but he doesn't seem to want to help in this regard. Tanner comes over and he can pick it up once he's put the gloves on.
Yes. One. Go.
And welcome back. So, the party have just entered into the alchemy lab where you can hear brewing potions, bubbling cauldrons, and the clinking of glass as several hags are busy brewing away. There is actually also the sweeping of glass. You can hear something shattered and broken, but it's in the corner northwest of you as you walk in. It looks like Boyle is taking care of a big spillage on the ground. The whole shelf is caved in. You can see like axe marks in the walls and the floor, and this whole corner has been ransacked. Torn papers strewn across the ground and glass just shattered all down the stairs as well. And yeah, as soon as you walk in, there's also a haze in front of you. It's not noxious or anything. Just it definitely smells of. It smells of like a swampy lake, but it doesn't seem to be poisoning you or anything. It seems to be misty and it's obscuring your vision. But you suddenly come to some steps. Guess Tanner's up first as he has the chest in hand, and you hear the voices of the lovely ladies in here.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Well,
Now's not a good time.
we've come with a delivery from next door.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What is it this time?
I have no idea. It's this box. They just asked us to deliver it, and we're just trying to be helpful.
As you mentioned the box, there's a slight rattle in the cage to your right, as it looks like a small fairy dragon has caught your. It's like just caught his attention. Seems to be looking at the box curiously. Anything from them can be taken back. We're not interested.
No, if you'd like to take it back, Tanner, and let them know, I guess, or the fairy dragon seems to want it.
They did insist.
But perhaps before we deal with that, we should discuss the main business we're here for.
You don't go anywhere.
We were wondering
Don't touch anything.
if we could purchase some potions of etherealness.
Purge.
Trade.
Trade.
Acquire. Whatever is preferable to you.
I have some bitter blossom, if that would work as part of a suitable trade, or as a suitable trade.
I don't really have any need for gold, so...
I got some tentacle juice. What, you really don't want to open Pandora's box? Why not?
Well, we're not adverse to experimentation and potential danger.
I'll
But
show
we
them
know
the
better than to trust those night hags.
Oh, they're night hags. There you go, Eridonis.
Oh, I was wondering what kind of hat they were.
They used to be.
Oh, are they not anymore? Have they somehow changed? Is that possible?
How do you think hags become hags in the first place? We're not bound into one form.
Oh.
You see them, as they say that, they're drinking and downing a potion as it happens.
Fair
Seems to
enough.
me.
Well, I have this bitter blossom, which I was given by a lovely fairy in the Gloom Glen.
And I got this tentacle juice. Not sure if it's of any use.
I do have some of these weird explosive-y mushroom things. I don't know if they're any good in a potion, but they're interesting at least. as well as a little bit of assassin's blood.
They look towards each other and then back to you all. They seem to have a very what's the face? They seem to be done, like with you guys, and they're like, look,
I mean,
we're not playing any more games, and we're not accepting any more of your little prank. You've already cost us enough as it is.
I mean,
Nothing to do with us. What are you talking about?
Oh, don't play coy.
Well, I don't see any fish.
How?
Duh.
Okay, let me cut straight to the chase. We're aware you're not fond of your colleagues through the door, but how do you feel about another group of night hags?
What?
Hey,
Having any bad dreams lately?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Slept like a log.
because from my understanding, not many people get on that well with Mathilda.
Oh yes, well we stay away. We have our own little coven here. With no need to. No need to interact with them.
But would perhaps
We've got enough enemies next door as well. So I think what you're suggesting.
Oh, so for example, I don't know, night hag blood wouldn't be of use to you.
She seems to slap her lips together as she's finished downing another potion. Give me a moment. And he seems to step away up the stairs here. Seems to be having a hushed conversation with Boyle. And Trouble seems to be like, ugh, damn it. And then goes through all these papers. And there's some of them soaked through. Ugh. What can we make with Night Hag's blood? There must be something.
If
You'll have to forgive us. Our recipes have gone, well, haywire.
If your books wet at all, I could help dry them off.
Yes, wet with acid.
Oh, if it was water, I might be able to do something.
The scroll. It is not a scroll, but rather a recipe, it seems.
Or perhaps
A recipe that uses spider legs and spider venom.
Or perhaps I could mend some of your glassware. I'm quite adept at glass blowing, and I also know how to mend things magically.
We're not accepting any favors or trade from the likes of you. We don't want to have to aid you in some other endeavor. We know how these pacts work. It's the exact reason why those hags told you to give us the chest. So that they're technically not involved directly, thus not breaking the rules of the hut.
Well, in that case, could we not make a... Do you have any deliveries you would like made to Mathilda? Perhaps...
I have deliveries for the hags next door, the tinker ones, yes.
Eridanus looks up as if like there's stars above him. Please give me strength. What would it require for us to get some potions of etherealness from you? Like, what would be a effective trade?
She looks around to the other hags and see Bubble still in the corner mixing together this smoky, hazy potion. which very well may be the potions of Etherealness.
Yeah,
You're not sure,
I was thinking
but it
that.
does seem like there's smoke in a bottle. She looks back and says, "Well, let me see. No, that would be crossing the line. No, we can't ask you to do that. It'd be awful." But I can only think of one thing. It seems to be fresh in my mind for some reason. She seems like
Hey, blood of the night hag.
seems to glare at the box on the floor. But those troublesome hags next door just don't seem to get a clue. So, why didn't you cause as much of a ruckus as they did for us? And she goes over to a nearby table, picks up a potion, and then comes over to you guys and hands it to you. Eridanus.
Eridanus looks at it. He's just like...
It appears silvery. Almost like silver has been melted down and turned into a liquid.
And what's this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, sorry. Did you want those potions of Etherealness?
So
let me ask you this: do you know what's inside that chest?
A present for you.
Well, then, all you need to know is what's inside that potion is a present for them.
Right, I will. Eridanus sighs. I'll be right back.
Pick your poison, Eridanus. Pick your poison.
I'm gonna walk.
That's what she says as you walk away.
Yeah, Eridanus walks back into the other room, sighs, and goes, "Sorry, ladies.
Yeah? How did it go? Did you give them the chest? Yes.
Not yet. We thought we'd wait until our other business is done with them, but I was wondering, you wouldn't happen to have any way to temporarily transport someone to the ethereal, would you?
Us? No. We can only transport ourselves. Which, by the way, it's strange that they could do that. Mathilda and Geraldi seem to be able to do it, but these guys don't.
Huh.
Haven't done that in a long time.
That's a shame. And Eridanus just out of sheer idle curiosity. So, I realise this might be a bit personal, but obviously next door are green hags, Mathilda's a night hag. What kind of hags are you? Because my initial thought was night hag, but you seem a bit different.
Well, we gave up our old fiendish nature and came to work for Baba Yaga. She seemed interested in our skills, our deft hands, and our ingenious mind. We got to work creating all kinds of magical items for her. And adapting ones that she already had. Thus, we became what we like to call tinker hags. Artificers, if you will.
That's fair. Damn it, I like these ones. Eridanus is just like... Again,
Something wrong? Something on your mind, child?
Yes.
What's that you're holding there?
He holds up the bottle. Oh, it's just something I came across recently. I realise potions is more their kind, but I thought might be useful as part of a component for yourselves.
Potion? Where did you get it from?
Eridanus quickly thinks for a moment. I found it when I went to Small Sprout recently. There was a lovely person there who gave us a few potions in trade for some lesser items we had, and this was one of them.
Roll a deception check.
Quickly guidancing myself. Nope, not gonna help. Yeah, and he's just like,
Ooh.
yeah, he sees that they've probably seen straight through him and just goes, I am fed, and it's quite in character that he's bad at lying. He's like, I am fed up with lying. I have tried. I'm bad at it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, ladies.
Listen, Adonis, it's okay. We understand the situation you're in. You've been forced to make a decision, and
Yes. Well,
they've got something you want,
well,
and we got a suggestion for you, and it's really simple, really. It just make the right decision, Adonis. Go in there, go back in there, and open up that box for him. And then throw the potion back in their face. I'm sure you'll do fine. Yeah, you can roll a wisdom saving throw as they suggest.
Oh God, no!
What's the save?
Yeah, Eridanis. But while Eridanis says he's going to go, I shall take that under consideration. But, let me ask you a question before I head back. It will help with my decision. How do you feel about Mathilda?
She's never caused us any issues, but why? Were you thinking of doing something? Oh, that's why you want the potions of Etherealness. It clicks in their heads. They're intelligent. They get it. They go, well, it's none of our business what you do with her, but we've no affiliation with them.
Yes,
but we do know she's done terrible things. Coven killer, they call her.
Yes.
Coven killer.
Oh.
Yes, that skull was a former member of her coven, right?
Exactly.
How did you know that, James?
We used to be friends with them. So, if anything bad were to happen, why wouldn't shed a tear?
Then he pauses and goes, then can I make you a bargain? You let me
present it first.
You let me use this potion here. I will open the box in there once I have the potions I need, and then I will deal with Mathilda, and I will bring you back any items that she has hidden there that I'm sure might be of value.
That potion is not getting opened in here. Whatever it is, I'm sure it means to do us harm. Or ruin something that we've been working on. That's a no deal for me, Adonis. If you want the potions, you're gonna have to take them.
Herodonis nods and just goes, if I'd had a sleep recently, maybe I would, but he walks back. He walks back, and as he does, hi Phoenix, he's going to place the vial here. He's not going to open it or anything, he's just going to place it there.
Okay.
And then he's going to walk back through, look to Dyer, and have his tabard just have a question mark of what to basically indicate what do we do.
Question, James. We have a portal room that might be able to take us to the ethereal. So if half the party goes through the ethereal portal and is in the ethereal plane, another half of us we walk together and
the problem, of course,
say,
is
what up, Mathilda?
The problem is, of course, opening the portal.
Yeah, we need a ghost or something.
Well, that, I mean, to be honest, we could probably get one of the Tink Hags to do it because they can go into the ethereal, so they might be able to, potentially. But it's the second part of it, the ability to do a powerful conjuration spell.
Yeah.
To open it. I think I look to Dyer so that I'm facing away from all the hags, and just the image on the tabard briefly becomes a pocket with a hand dipping into it, as in take it. We need to take it somehow. Or
Okay.
he points back through the door at the bottle, where he'd have put the bottle, and then just shows a shattered glass on the thing.
Yeah. Daya kind of nods and then shrugs as if to say, like, I know, but how? And
You know what?
and she'll kind of wander over and go, if the Tinkerers know that it's coming, can they, open it safely? And then everybody wins.
No, I don't think so. But
Mm.
I'm going to just whisper Feather to Helidus, and because I've still got him, be like, you don't have a way of opening that box without touching it, do you?
A little hand to do that, yeah. But I mean, everyone can see that I'm doing it. I gotta, control the hand.
Eridanis
The
considers
extent of
this.
my conjuration magic.
Yeah. Well, we've got two choices at this moment. Well, three, but one doesn't seem possible. We either open the chest and potentially annoy the green hags and have to fight them. We open the vial in there and annoy the tinker hags and potentially have to fight them. Or we attempt to somehow subtly steal these potions without the green hags noticing. And I don't see that last one happening.
I don't see it happening, if only because they know that we came here for it.
Yeah.
And they will check. Like, we can
You know what?
do a sleight of hand all you want, but they will notice. Yeah.
Eridanis looks at the party for a moment. It's just like, you know what? Screw it. He's just going to walk up to the box and just be like, sorry, ladies, and just open it.
Oh.
He's fed up with all this bagging and forthing. He's just like, nope.
Yeah,
I like it, James. I like it.
We like the tinker hags, and I don't want to piss off them.
Yeah. We like the tinker
blame
hags
you.
more
I
than we like you.
This is good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it. I'm good with it. Let's do it.
All right, Eridanis, you walk up.
And then,
I'm gonna stand back.
Yeah, Eridanis walks over to the box as if he's going to pick up take it back. Sort of looks at the party.
Okay. As he's doing that and making a big distraction, Daya is going to reach out to what she thinks is the potion of etherealness and scoop up, or get ready to scoop up 2 empty vials. And also what she's going to want to do is scoop up the vials and then knock it over as if it was knocked over in whatever calamity Eridanis is about to cause.
Okay.
So
do you mean the potions that Bubble is brewing, or do you mean the silvery one that they asked to give the Tinker Hag?
The potions that she's brewing, not the silvery one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'd like everyone to roll initiative as this is about to go down.
Yeah, Eridanis sort of just walks up to the box, goes to pick it up, and it's like, you know what? Do your own dirty business, and flicks it open.
Okay. Cool. As you're doing this, you see there's a rattling in all the cages, all the animals, and this badger in this cage is suddenly going wild as well. Why them rolling on to initiative as a badger? Just so you're curious. So Coil, Bubble, Boil, and Trouble. That was triggering. Okay, Di, do you want to roll initiative? I've rolled for Grid.
I
Anna.
thought I did. I thought I
Oh, did you?
did. Yeah,
Do it
I'd
from
hang on.
if you do it from the combat tracker,
I can do it from the combat tracker? Okay.
yes. There's a little dice icon. You'll be able to
Oh,
click
yeah.
that.
The Phoenix
Oh,
goes
handy.
first.
Woo!
Okay, well, the first thing that happens as you see, how do you open it again?
He basically walks over to it and goes as if to pick it up, and then just goes, and then just suddenly switches his grip, and he's just like, you know what, do your own business, and opens the head up.
Okay.
I had no idea what was going to happen, but
So as soon as you touch the chest and begin to handle it, you find that the lid is very firmly stuck. And as you try to lift it up, I gotta roll this under initiative too, don't I? Okay. As soon as you try to lift it, your hands are adhered to it, and you are completely stuck.
it's a
And the lid
mimic.
begins opening up, and
That's why
set
you
of
needed
gnarly
gloves.
yeah, a set of teeth nearly snap down in your hands. But
God.
we'll see what exactly what they do.
I got it as soon as you said adhesive, and I'm just like,
Yeah, of course. That's why he gave Tanner the gloves. Just so that there's still 2 gloves, by the way, stuck to the sides as well. Tanner should have mentioned that. But
yeah.
as that happens, you hear this kind of like, wow, and this tongue begins lapping around, slapping you. Emberborn is up first, seeing the opportunity for destruction they have been waiting for.
I call out in ignorant, burn the chest.
Oh,
5,
God.
10, 15, 20. It'll fly, swooping, not knowing that it burns its friends too. Will target the chest for a multi-attack. World Emberborn here.
Oh.
He's got multi-attack.
Wait, does that mean the
doesn't-
Tinker Hags have the ability to make mimics?
Let's say the Phoenix makes 2 attacks. One with its
Or
beak,
they've
one
had
with
it this whole time.
Alright, so
Wait, I know
Just
who
in
this
there.
mimic is.
and a fiery talent attack.
Woo!
There we
Okay.
go. That's Emberborn's turn.
Sure, I guess
As
it's flying up in the air as well, slightly.
Phoenix flies down. Yeah, and he'll fly. Actually, yeah, he'll fly up away using the flyby feat.
Okay.
He'll swoop down, beak attack, claw attack, beak attack, and then on his way up, claw at the creature, and fly up back into the air, kind of flying around, ready for a second dive. I guess he'll probably get, I don't know, 20 feet up. Is that how tall the room is? 10, 15, 20 feet? Whatever it is.
You can actually get 15 foot up in here because there is another level to it.
All right, then it'll fly near the roof, and then prepare for another swoop.
Okay, cool.
That's all.
It would have been grappled by it as well, but the fiery nature of this thing, there's no physical like hand or wing to grab onto, so the fire just sort of licks up the side of it, and the mimic is going mental at this point, flailing around.
Is it an object? Object and
No, it's a
structure?
creature.
But it still gets lit on fire. It says if it's a creature or flammable object.
Yep, it does actually. You're right. So yes, the chest is on fire. Okay.
Whoa, my chest
turn
is on
around.
fire.
They're like, yes, I anticipated this. This would happen. That's why I've already drunk. Die, you're up.
So which is the cauldron that has the currently brewing potion in it?
There are potions in this cauldron which seem to be a deep red color,
Yep.
and bubble is in this corner. There seems to be this white, smoky mist coming off of it. It kind of
Okay.
smells like swamp water as well around here.
Okay. That's
Other than that, there's
yeah.
no other people brewing potions right now.
Okay.
Toil was cleaning up glass, and Toil
Yeah.
just seems to be hiding behind the staircase. Now that this has gone on, you can see them peeking their head out from behind it.
Okay. Can Daya stealth over to this cauldron, in such a way that the witch doesn't see where she's coming from, like either when her back is turned or when she's sweeping up or something. Like she
Well-
wants to do this stealthily, and she wants to use the distraction.
Okay.
I don't know if her back is turned, then she'll just go for it. But if she's looking at the cauldron, then she's gonna try and create a distraction to do it on her next turn, kind of type of thing.
As soon as you move into the mist, you find your own vision impaired, and Bubble also seems to be looking as you enter into the mist, and is looking right at you with these kind of glassy spectacles. Their eyes are like almost glass orbs, and you're not sure if she can see you or not, but
Okay.
there's not much to hide behind other than the
Ye-
mist, which she seems to be looking right at you as you're moving
Yeah.
around in it.
So it's everything's. Can I see her? I can just see
You,
her.
you can see a vague outline of her, so whenever something's obscured, it means you have disadvantage on like attacks and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But she seems perfectly able to see in this mist, as she's like literally looking at you as you walk towards her. So she knows
Okay.
something's up, and she's stopped brewing potions. She's now gripping them in her hand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to her as if I'm gonna be covering her, and I go defending her, and be like, "Watch out! That thing burns. What is this stuff? You should duck." And try and pretend like I'm
Okay.
trying to help her.
Roll a
This helps.
deception check for me.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, dice. Oh, dice.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did you
that's a
get there?
6. That's a 6. It's
A 6. Okay. She says,
I know fully well what you're all up to. Get away from us.
I'll say
We've had enough.
Even I don't know what we're up to. I can't keep track of the alliances in this place. I just don't want any more
Whatever it
people
is,
to die
it's-
if they don't have to.
We know it was you who told the orc to come here. We got all the answers from him. And we suspect it was you who messed up the teas. This is the last straw.
I don't know who's pranking who around here. You're all pranking each other. Just will you just duck and get out of the way of this flying menace? And
We will deal with that thing ourselves. We're not helpless.
all right.
I've collected this evening mist for years, studying its secrets. And once we learned its essence, we too will vanish with a thought.
Is that I thought that was a hag thing. This is going along longer than 6 seconds.
yeah,
She's just like, I thought that was a hag thing. Oh, you people. And
We are hag.
she's gonna crouch down as if she's hiding,
The
okay,
green
And
hag's
she's gonna
trying to
try and-
become night hags.
trying to maintain this deception, even though it probably hasn't worked.
yeah. She seems to be arguing her case against you
Yeah,
every moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to push you away as well. Right. So Trouble is up and been downing potions, as I've been mentioning, in readiness for something terrible like this to happen. And let's see. Trouble. Yeah, okay. And a line up. Actually, nope, that's a way better idea. Okay, so she is going to pull out from her own belongings another potion. This one seems to be frosted, like the glass is all frosted over, and she uncorks it and guzzles it down. And she's going to unleash a very nasty spell on you guys. As she breathes out, and with like a belch as well accompanying it, you see a massive gale force wind expel from her mouth and a frigid wind just shoots all over you guys, including the horrible chest here. I need Eridanus, Tanner, and Grizz to make Constitution saving throws.
Well, I'm probably unconscious regardless, but let's see. So that's a 13. Yay.
Okay. And what did you, Grizz? Could you roll for Grizz as well? I forget.
Yep. Grizz 17 due to Tanner's boost, and Tanner 12.
Okay.
I don't want to go unconscious next to a mimic. That'd be a horrible way to die.
That is pretty horrible, especially as you're actually grappled on it as well.
And it's on fire.
Damn it! This is ugh.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah, that's true. The
DC
mimics
13
caught up too.
was the save, by the way. You
Oh,
just passed.
What
Yeah.
was the save?
It was 13.
Woo! But Tanner
So you
failed.
passed. And you're living too, because I rolled meh on
Is
the
it only
damage too.
4d6?
46. This isn't a cone of cold. They drank a potion. They didn't cast a spell.
Okay, so 13 halves, so 7.
Yep. And let's see.
What am I? Okay, I don't even know what I'm concentrating on this time.
7 cold to Grizz. What did he get? Oh, he got a pass. Okay. You take 4. And Tanner got 9. Yeah, failed. Take 7 as well. Okay, in addition to that, I'm going to roll a D100.
Why does he only take 7?
Oh, sorry, 13. My bad. Grizz takes 7.
Yep.
And it's Tanner who takes the full 13. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to roll another D100 as well, because their spells, their potions aren't so regular. Ooh. Oh my god, amazing. Okay.
I've been turned like
after that,
potted plant or something.
yeah, well, after she expels this breath of freezing cold air, the scent in the air is of like sugar and bubble gum. And you realize she may have added something to the mixture, because as you look back over towards Trouble, she looks twice as strong, twice as conniving, and twice as intelligent as well, perhaps. As all of her ability scores have doubled for the next 1d6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Yep.
How do we get one of those potions?
For 6 hours, she has been doubled stat. Amazing.
Imagine that on Dire's dexterity.
44 dex?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm just out of curiosity, I'm just temporarily going to set my bonus to that. Wow. That'd be a plus 17.
That would be mad, wouldn't it?
Earn elemental command.
I didn't click that. Interesting. But that's
Changing her stats real quick.
Oh, that's
Before.
that's my version of the bottle that
Okay,
Helidus has.
She has a
oh,
lot
right,
more
right.
health. Oh my god, she's gonna have so much more health as well. Okay, hold
Oh,
on, we just
jeez.
calculate this. There's 82 now, so that's gonna be what, 100.
I need to now
Yeah,
read
so
how
like-
certain spells work.
That's
Are
gonna
we
be like
trying to
100.
kill these now? Are we?
There we go.
They're trying to kill us,
Alright.
so yes.
Yes, they are.
They say, we know it was you with the orc. We interrogated him.
Oh God.
And as she says that, you see the badger rattling up against the cage, like screeching.
Oh.
Okay.
The badger's going to be
Tanner
the
is up.
orc.
Oh wait, let's move the hell away. But don't want to get into trouble, shall we say? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. All right, trouble's done. Tanner is up.
I guess I'll control Tanner, I guess. First things first. Did the mimic fail the con save, and is it still up?
Yeah, that's the one I forgot.
So
It failed and took 13.
is it still up?
It is.
Okay, let's see what Tanner's got, because hmm,
We're on a warpath here, guys.
yeah, you know what? Tanner's, as much as it's going to be, I mean, Grizz will go up before. Actually, you know what? Tanner, seeing the adhesive nature of this, I guess, will use his flail that he has for some reason to try to finish it off, I guess.
Yeah, you can try that.
I don't know why he has a flail, but flail.
Pretty
Also
Trying to hit
targeting me for some reason, even though I'm not highlighted, so I don't know why.
No, I don't see you highlighted yourself either. Must be a bug. But there we go. You hit it though.
Is it?
Definitely bludgeoning it pretty damn heavily. But the flail is now stuck in the mimic's head, and it's just like pulling away, like
You know what? Let's put that to. Let's do a first level Divine Smite as well with that. So that's 2d8 more, just to see if I can finish it off. 12 more damage.
12 more damage. We'll break the mimic. I say break because literally as he pulls the flail away, the whole lid kind of slops off, still attached to the flail. It starts to like droop away from it.
Okay.
And as the lid is open, there is actually something inside as well. That sort of almost is ejected as the chest is like just explodes this thing out. Whatever it is, it's kind of mechanical in nature. Definitely made by the by the Tinkerags. It kind of rolls across the ground for a moment before coming to a stop, and then a sudden light begins blinking on it as well.
Oh God. We're gonna die again.
Does Tanner have time to react before it does something else?
Yeah, it's his go technically.
Okay, so he's going to. Where did the object land? Or is it in the mimic space?
Next to the cauldron. Like,
Right, he's
next to the
he's
cauldron.
gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna throw it at Trouble.
Oh. Okay. This will use his reaction to do this, I'll say.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you were going to say dunk it in the cauldron.
I was tempted, but at the same time, I don't know what's in the cauldron, so I'm gonna throw it at Trouble.
Okay, you throw it at Trouble instead.
Present.
Cool. All right.
And
she... Oh, you know what? Catches it, probably. She catches it. And then it's like, and tosses it away and jumps in the opposite direction, trying to get behind this shelf.
And then he has second attack, so...
He's got movement as well.
So I'm just going to go up to here, within range of Boyle, and drop the flail for now, and swing in with the glaive.
All right. Nice. Yeah, that's a hit. Just trying to pull away, and you do see that lunge just clips her.
Yep.
Okay.
And that'll be all I'll do with Tanner for actually, you know what? Bonus action to Shield of Faith himself.
Shield of Faith. All right. That's not a problem, actually. It would be your turn now, Derek, but I just looked at the time. If we want, we can pause here and then resume next time. It's up to you guys.
That works for me.
I would like that, yeah. If we
Yeah.
My wife Vita, she's starting to be like, yo, let's go.
That's fine.
He's hungry,
We can
man.
do that.
He's hungry.
We'll just make sure we know whose turn it is.
Yeah.
Helidus, I'll put that in the comments.
Well, it's on the tracker, right? Or the tracker doesn't save?
Yeah, it is. No, it will stay there. I'm just putting it as a note just to make sure. All right, cool. So yeah, we're leaving on a bit of a cliffhanger as this thing bleep, 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 and explodes in this corner of the alchemist lab. It's going to set off a chain reaction as you see potions exploding as well. Pink mist, bubbling froth and foam, and then there's suddenly like electrocutions, like zapping in the air. Whatever that did, it just blew up a ton of other potions.
That's
setting
why.
off-
That's why I threw it towards Trouble because
Yeah.
Yeah.
cause her
Trouble
trouble.
manages to dive to the ground. She does find cover in this absolute vortex of chaos, but we'll find out.
I was tempted to
exactly
toss
what-
it at Toil, but they've not done anything to us yet. So
Toil's like hiding under the stairs too, yeah, just peeking out. But well, we will see what happens and the results of this catastrophic explosion next session. But yeah, well, thanks very much for watching.
Yeah.
We'll catch you all next week, and also tune in on Monday for
what lies beneath?
What lies beneath?
And on Friday for the Claude Coast, where who knows what's going to happen next with us, to be honest.
Cool.
All right.
Signing off.
Chickens,
Bye.
where chickens reign supreme. Bye bye.